into that sausage, but corrected it just in the nick of time.
Yeah,
and straightened it out and came down the front straightaway. No harm, no foul.
nice balance there.
And Nikki Turner out in front looking good. Now, she has looked very good at times all weekend, but then has made mistakes, and had to catch back up to Jessica Wiebesek. And this time they've traded position, and it's Turner out in front. Now, Wiebesek falls behind by a little bit, so let's just see if Wiebesek has what it takes to catch up and pass Turner. Not that she needs to for the title.
No, that's pretty well predetermined at this point with 2 wins in 2 seconds.
But still, they're racing, and that's the spirit of racing. I know she'd like to still catch up and pass Nikki if possible. Likewise, Nikki would love to keep her behind her. made a mistake thus far in this moto number 3. Jessica trying real hard. She is working hard in second, and looks like she may be starting to slowly catch up with Nikki, but she's got a ways to go. Nikki is riding very, very well. Takes the white flag. 1 lap to go for our leader, Nikki Turner.
Boy, she's just a picture of concentration out front, too. It's like she's locked in position. I got the whole shot. I'm working it.
And you notice she's switching stance in the corners. That is a bit of an expert maneuver.
Yep.
Not a lot of riders actually do that, so kind of impressive to see her doing that as a relatively young, inexperienced racer. But I see her switching stance, so that's pretty darn cool. That's not an easy maneuver. That's not a beginner type of riding style.
No, not at all.
Very cool.
All right, pro runabout practice to the line, please. Pro runabout box stock to the line. Your practice is up next.
Oh, Nikki Turner got a couple more buoys to go. Going to make that final left-hand turn onto the front straightaway. And that is going to give her a very satisfying third moto finish of number 1 for Nikki Turner. Nice job, Nikki.
Big round of applause for Nikki. And Jessica as well as she comes by. Thank you very much.
Jessica, congratulations. She is going to take the World Championship in Women's Ski Limited.
Unofficially.
And while we are waiting to get practice started, get our first practice going for the as we move into our pro show, I want to introduce Brian O'Rourke from Team Faith, and Brian is going to talk about our auction for the Wilsons. Brian.
Yes, thank you. Riders and anybody out in the crowd that can hear me, if you've got something that you're bidding on for the silent auction, it is going to end in 35 minutes. So we're going to be in the middle of practice. The announcers are going to be announcing practice. So we want to encourage you, if you've got anything that you're bidding on, you may want to head down right now to the auction, to the silent auction, and get your bids in and be there by noon, because at noon it's ending. And Jan is down there right now waiting on people to come and finish out their bidding. And at that noontime spot, we are going to finish things out. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys about, too, is that there are some items that haven't been bidded on. Maybe the opening bid might have been a little bit high. We are going to put price tags, buy it now price tags, on those items right now for you to go and purchase right out, so you don't have to be following an online or a silent auction and trying to bid. But you don't have much time, and that's what I want to impart to you right now. With only 35 minutes left, you need to get down there and check to see if you're the winning bidder for your items. And we want to finish this whole day out at 3 o'clock with you picking up your items and paying for them and getting them all taken care of. So noon, the auction ends. That's in 35 minutes. And then go down there and see if you can't get a few more items for buy it now prices.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, let's make a final push. We got about a half an hour. Everybody get down there, take a look. There may be something that you really would like to have, something you haven't seen. Give it a shot. Go down, take a look at least, mill around, and this is all to raise a lot of money. We really want to support the Wilson family and give it one final push. We got about 30 minutes. Come on, everybody, let's get down there and take a look.
Just want to point out that you don't have to purchase anything. You may not have a watercraft. You just like pro watercross and you're a fan. Head on down there. If you want to help out the Wilson family, you can just make a donation.
Absolutely. And Rick, want to just thank you for yesterday for doing the live auction. That was pretty fun.
Hey, you know what? We raised a lot of money and had a great time. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, 11 grand so far going to the Wilson family. And although that does sound like a lot for a small group of people like us, man, they have got a ton She was in ICU for a week.
Yeah, anybody that knows about medical bills, hospital bills, they are staggering these days, and they're going to need a lot more than that. But we're doing our part, and I'll tell you what, it was really a lot of fun and very gratifying to be part of that. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's really, man, it's just this community of watercraft racers. We take care of our own. We love the Wilson family. I think everyone would agree, and I just think if you just went down there just to check it out, and like Kirk said, make a small donation. They've got stickers down there for any amount that you could put on, and that would just really, it's not the money as much as it is them knowing the support that they have from our racing community.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody get down there. Let's make a final push. At least go check it out. Something may catch your eye. You may really make a hell of a steal on something that you'd like to have. Give it a shot. Take a look. And we really, really appreciate all the support and love everybody's shown.
Yeah, amen. Keep praying for her too as time goes on, because she's definitely got a long road ahead of her. So head on down there, like 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes till the auction ends. We'll look forward to closing out these bids for the silent auction in 30 more minutes.
Thank you very much, Brian.
All right, Pro Runabout Box Stock practice on the water right now. We need Sport GP to the line, followed by Pro Ski. There's your practice order. Sounds great to me, Rick Lake. Oh, man, keep that water bottle away from me. To see Troy Snyder.
Hey, you sounded like Minoru Kanamori there for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, Rick, drop a shirt.
Okay, Pro Ski, right? Okay. And it's Pro Ski GP, correct? Okay. It's now time to check out Pro Ski GP Moto 3. Guys, up to you.
Sport GP practice to the line. Sport GP practice. You guys are up next. Nobody on the line. Sport GP practice to the line. Look at those adorable scoring girls walking down the beach, brightening up everybody's day.
High flying freestyle action.
All right, that's the end
and
of our
moto
Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock practice. Up next, Sport GP. See Jules Hopkins down there. You're ready to practice, huh, Jules? Yeah, buddy. Sport practice on the water. Sport GP. Listen to them triple two-strokes. Jules Hopkins out there with a 1500 Cowie motor. Pro ski to the line. Your practice is up next. Pro ski, your practice is up next. Please head on to the line. First race up is going to be Pro-Am Runabout box stock. Make certain you've got your boats fueled, your holders ready. After our last practice, we'll get you on the line, have our national anthem, and begin the pro show. Well, Rick, what a cacophony of sounds coming out of the Sport GP class.
Oh, yeah, we get to Sunday morning and we really start ramping things up here in terms of the equipment and the levels that we're dealing with, the speeds on the water. GP skis, GP sport boats. These guys are putting out some horsepower on these machines, and it sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what I love about this class is the different hulls. It's, you know, if you're an engine builder or a boat builder, this class really gives you some wide parameters to make some fun things happen.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's wide open. You've got carbon fiber hulls, triple cylinder two strokes, twin cylinder two strokes, and a couple of four-cylinder four-strokes in these hulls.
Richard Taylor's boat, that thing is hitting and ripping. I'll tell you what.
But man, they are very, very loud, as you can tell, as we can barely hear ourselves speak up here now.
Jules Hopkins going by with that Cowie 4 in it.
Yep. So going to be some good racing today here in the Sport GP class, as always.
Whoa, Richard Taylor showed some huge speed on that HX on the jet trim, bitch and stitching back straightaway. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Been to the gym, obviously. Rick Lake breaking out the guns on the tower up here. I said Rick Lake bringing out the guns. Pro ski to the line, please. Pro ski to the line. Your practice is up next. Pro ski practice, here's your opportunity. That's the end of Sport GP practice, Pro Ski practice. You are up next. Pro ski practice on the water. See the Matsouris brothers out there, AJ Lewenstra. Cooper Schecksnyder. Wow, look at the speed of these Pro-Am Ski GP machines. We got Klippenstein, Tyron Matsouras, Dustin Matsouras, Cooper Scheck-Snyder, AJ Lewinstra. Not seeing a Derek Powell. Maybe that's Powell there at the end. Pro-Am runabout box stock to the line. Moto number 1. Pro-Am box stock.
All right, Ray, let me know if you could hear me.
To the line. Moto number 1. We need you headed down there. We're going to start you off right after this practice and the national anthem.
Hey, Chris.
Matson Clipper checking it out down the Klippenstein. All right, final call. Pro-Am runabout box stock to the line.
Oh, all right, here we go. We are getting ready to go. First, we're going to introduce our lineup on the starting line, and then we're going to have the national anthem. So let's take a look, Kurt. Down on the starting line, who we got?
On the number 1 Yamaha out of Denver, North Carolina. Sponsored by Factory Yamaha, Fly Racing, Champion Power Sports, Riva and Triton Trailers, Brian Baldwin.
Boat number 4, the hometown product right here out of Naples, Florida. On the Sea-Doo, Jet Tribe, HydroTurf, Riva, WRT XPS Sea-Doo, Erminio Ian-Tosca.
The number 8, Yamaha from Rydell, Georgia, sponsored by Metal Roofing Manufacturing, Dean's Team, and Riva. 60 years young, Jeff Dykowski.
Boat number 9 out of Rosario, Argentina. Riding for Galeon, Lucas Team, Loteria Santa Fe, VP Racing Fuel, La Capitale on the Sea-Doo, Leo Morelli.
On the number 46 Yamaha out of Jupiter, Florida, 44 years old, sponsored by Monster Energy, Broward Motorsports, Mac Racing, Jet Pilot, and Yamaha, the GOAT, Chris McCluggage.
Boat number 77 out of Bradenton, Florida, on the Yamaha, riding for Yamaha, Geico, Jet Trim, Fly Racing, and Jet Trim twice. That's cool. Jason Russo.
A lot of pads on that boat,
A
I'll
lot
tell
of
you.
pads.
On the number 96 Sea-Doo, out of Bratislava, Slovakia, sponsored by Lamy Jet Team, Mario Lamy.
Number 110 out of Bradenton, Florida, riding for Judge Motorsports, Snyder Built, and Broward Motorsports on the Yamaha, Troy Snyder.
On the 115 Kawasaki out of Delray Beach, Florida, sponsored by Sea-Doo X Team and Jet Tribe, Jeremy Schandelmeyer.
Number 116 out of the Grand Cayman, riding for Riva Racing, Cayman Island Watercraft Association, and DMAC Racing on the Sea-Doo, Vanjay Ramgeet.
There's the Grand Cayman crowd. On the 149 Sea-Doo out of Bellevue, Florida, sponsored by Abaco Sunglasses, Hidden Trails Motorsports, Riva Racing, Sea-Doo X Team, Jet Trim, and Aqua Kart, Tim Ducat.
Boat number 157 out of Ocala, Florida, on the Riva Racing, Forever Hooked Water Sports, Bennett Construction Yamaha, Jim Bennett.
On the 176 Yamaha out of Pompano Beach, Florida, 21 years old, sponsored by Valet Racing, Aqua Team, CRT Racing, and Miami Jet Ski Shop, Jonathan Valet.
Number 247 out of Groveland, Florida, on the Action Kawasaki Yamaha, Oztech Racing, Dean's Team, Tattoo Rich Racing Yamaha, Dylan Osborne.
On the number 300 Yamaha out of Miami, Florida, sponsored by Miami Jet Ski Shop, Juan Lazcano.
And number 911 out of West Palm Beach, Florida, riding for Broward Motorsports, Dean's Team, Yamaha, Fly, and Quakey Sense, Eric Francis.
That's the lineup for Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll join us for the singing of our national anthem.
Everybody, please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, remove your hats.
Oh, Rick Lake, I am ready for some extreme Pro-Am runabout box stock action.
Yeah, this is going to be an outstanding moto. Moto number 1, Pro-Am runabout box stock, full gate. It's going to be some amazing racing. These box stock runabouts in the hands of pros always provide tremendous action as these boats are so closely matched. It is critical for each rider to get a good start, keep the pump hooked up the entire race, carry a lot of momentum in the corners. You cannot scrub off too much speed, and that is kind of the key to making this thing work.
Boy, it sure is. I'll tell you what, we've got to keep an eye out here. We've got Chris McCluggage on the pole on the outside. We got a rider, LeMay, with number 46 right next to him on the inside, just moving forward.
Don't always see Mac on a stock class boat, but he has of late. And this guy is obviously the guy to keep an eye on. Boat number 30, originally right here out of Naples, Florida, as is his good buddy, Erminio Iantasca. They are both side by side down on the starting line and have grown up together.
You know what? No kidding. We saw Mac at Mamma Mia's the other night. I wonder if he's getting his lunch order in right now.
Good. Both families very, very close. Grew up racing personal watercraft, but keep an eye on Mac. He is always the rider to beat in every race that he enters.
Oh, Troy Snyder would have something to say about that. Jeff Dykowski would.
Oh, Mac not getting a good jump. Erminio Iantasca
Right
getting
there.
a great start. Mac's going to have to fall in behind Erminio on the outside split. Who we got on the inside that looks like it could be Ramgeet out of the Grand Caymans. Let's check that.
Probably with that brilliant line machine.
Oh, it's 149 with the hole shot.
Tim DeCott.
Wow, but look at Erminio
Erminio.
Iantasca picking up where he left off in
Brian
GP.
Baldwin. There's a 911. Here comes Mac back in that
Watch
fifth
out.
spot.
Watch out. Here comes McCluggage around the outside of that turn, sweeping hard, trying to get back up in it. He's going to have to waste little time if he wants to catch his good buddy Erminio Iantasca, who is out in front and picking up where he left off in GP runabout yesterday. You know, Iantasca took that world title yesterday, and look at him go. He is dialed in here this weekend in Naples.
Yeah, he has not been headed in any of these motos. He's taken off from the start and gone.
Wow.
He is out front and just walking away. Let's get some lap times going on and see what they're doing.
I have never seen Erminio this dialed in. He looks fantastic. That is Brian Baldwin right behind him on boat number 1. Then the 149 comes by. That is Tim DeCott, 149 running in third.
Wow, there is a lot of horsepower on this water, and there is battles all around the track. Juan Lescano got Jeff Dykowski right behind him in number 46.
DeCott hanging on to third. The battle right now is shaping up for third, fourth, and fifth as the first two riders kind of space themselves out. Here comes Iantasca down the front straightaway with the lead. Wide open on that Sea-Doo, followed by Baldwin on the Yamaha.
4-second lead already for Erminio.
He is charging out in front once again today. Here comes 9-11 Eric Francis now moving in to that fourth position behind DeCott.
McCluggage 15 seconds back of Erminio and moto number 1. Erminio hit the throttle. He has been on the band all weekend.
Erminio just absolutely dialed in here at the Broward Motorsports Pro Watercross World Championships, and he is looking good. I have never seen Erminio ride a stock class ski this fast. He is just dialed right now on that Sea-Doo. Boat number 4 one more time down the front straightaway with Brian Baldwin, who is an absolute wild man in tow. Baldwin doing everything he can on that GP 1800 Yamaha to try to keep Erminio in sight.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Baldwin's boat, if that's one of the new 2019 machines. I know that he's gotten one or two of them already. We were talking, he said, I haven't had a lot of time to get it dialed in yet.
Eric Francis on boat number 911 now moves into the third place position. And I believe he's got Mac in tow. Let's check that on the back straightaway. Jet trim, bitchin', stretching back straightaway. It is Francis with Mac right behind him. Mac making a move now, trying to get up into the fray. But right now it's our leader, Arminio Iantosca, right out of Naples, Florida, in the lead on boat number 4, followed by, here comes Baldwin. Baldwin's on the gas. Watch Baldwin on boat number 1. That Yamaha's ever so slightly inching up. Here he comes behind Arminio.
I'll tell you what, had a rider miss a buoy there. Don't know if they caught that.
Oh, we got a battle shaping up for the lead. Iantosca and Baldwin. Baldwin riding like Charlie Manson out there in second, trying to, here comes Baldwin down the back straightaway.
There's lap riders everywhere. Iantosca going inside, going to try and cut tight, use that, and keep Baldwin behind him. Iantosca, makes the move. What a great job there.
And Baldwin right on him. Baldwin chasing down Iantosca. Here they come down the front straightaway. Boat number 4 in the lead. Iantosca, here comes Baldwin.
Brian Baldwin has that number 1 on his boat for a reason. Arminio and Baldwin have battled before, and I'll tell you what, we haven't seen anybody this close to Iantosca all weekend.
Nope, but Baldwin has got his sights set right now, and this is an epic battle for first place here. This is only moto number 1. We've got a long way to go, but right now, Iantosca and Baldwin are locked in on that jet trim back straightaway, going at it tooth and nail here in Naples.
Lapped riders, 3 of them going to be on the outside split. Where's Arminio going? Outside, and Baldwin goes inside.
Let's keep
Brian
an eye.
Baldwin makes the choice. He's going to the inside. Watch as Baldwin tries the inside. It's the first time today. Baldwin strong, hard. There goes Iantosca. Didn't help much, Rick.
No, Baldwin actually lost a few boat lengths on that inside split. Baldwin's going to have to stay on the outside with Arminio, keep the pressure on, it looks like.
Eric Francis reeling in Baldwin. Eric Francis is the fastest rider out there right now, I do believe. McCluggage stuck behind a couple of lappers right now. Mac making a move.
Yeah, Mac in that 4th place spot behind Francis got some work to do. But right now down the jet trim back straightaway, we've got boat number 4, our leader, Arminio Iantosca, and Baldwin once again making a charge up behind Iantosca.
Wow, I'll tell you what, this is only moto number 1 already, Rick Lake.
Yeah, these guys are going at it here in Naples. This is a battle.
Yeah, Baldwin, he learned. He followed Arminio through the outside split. He's not going to take that inside again unless it comes down to the last lap, I would bet.
Arminio and Baldwin. Here comes Baldwin behind Arminio. Arminio's got his hands full of Brian Baldwin right now. What's Arminio going to do? Going through lap traffic. We got a rider in front of Arminio. Is he going to move over and get out of the way, or is he going to slow up Iantosca?
That's Leo Morelli. Morelli, I'm not sure he knows he's there. I don't think he's going to have much choice. Yes, he moves over.
Yeah, nice
and
work.
Here comes Iantosca.
Iantosca charging around the outside of Morelli, as does Brian Baldwin down the back straightaway. Baldwin's still got to get by Morelli. Here comes Baldwin inside of Morelli. You better watch out, Leo. Here comes Iantosca. Here comes Baldwin onto the front straightaway in a couple turns. This is going to be a drag race.
Baldwin in the pup wash, not able to get hooked up. Iantosca, clear water in front of him.
157.
Jim Bennett right there on the 157.
157, Jim Bennett.
No slouch by himself, but boy, I'll tell you what, Iantosca all over it.
Yeah, he's getting put a lap down already. Iantosca and Baldwin in a frantic race right now for the lead. Both of these guys desperately want to get a first here in moto number 1.
Jim Bennett went about 6 miles off the side of the track to let the leaders by. That's a gentleman, Jim Bennett, right there.
I don't blame Bennett one iota. I'd be doing the same thing. Down the back straightaway one more time, our leader, Arminio Iantosca, on the gas on that Sea-Doo. Behind him, here comes Baldwin one more time. Baldwin lost a little bit of distance going through that lap traffic, but watch out because here comes Baldwin, and Baldwin is charging hard.
Boy, if you look at these boats down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway and the jet trim back straightaway, they seem so evenly matched. If Baldwin had got a better start, I don't know what would be happening right now. Doesn't matter. That's in the past. Front, Arminio Iantosca driving away with Brian Baldwin. right behind him.
Yeah, these box stock runabouts, they are very, very evenly matched, so there's not much room between them. You cannot make any mistakes. You've got to keep that pump hooked up. You've got to not scrub off speed in the turns. Keep the momentum going. Every little bit of mistake, every little bit of speed you lose is going to cost you desperately. And right now, Arminio is riding a fantastic race. We usually see Arminio in the GP class because he has got a big, strong body and he can really handle that GP. But heck, look at him go on this box stock runabout, doing a pretty darn good job of keeping Baldwin, Francis, and McCluggage behind him.
And let's face it, the manufacturers like this box stock class. These are the boats you can buy off the showroom floor, and these riders are making them look as excellent as they are.
Well, they are 300 horsepower boats out in the water. Let's make no mistake. These are not slow watercraft, even though box stock, these are supercharged machines that are very, very powerful. And in the hands of these top pro pilots, they are flying around the racetrack here in Naples today.
Pro-Am Ski GP to the line. Pro Ski GP to the line.
One more time down the front straight. Here comes boat number 4 with the lead. That is Arminio Iantosca. Number 1 right behind is Baldwin. 911 Eric Francis. And then Mac. Here comes McCluggage. Here comes Mac. Mac on the gas right now. Closing in on Francis.
Little bit of clear water between the top 4. No lappers in the way. This is getting serious now, Rick Lake. By the way, just want to say that lap for Iantosca, 48.69, fastest one of the weekend.
They are flying. Boy, McCluggage in 4th. That is not a place he likes to be. And I'll guarantee you he is going to do everything he possibly can to at least get by Francis for that 3rd position. But Francis, a very, very fast runabout rider here in the stock class. He is not going to have any of it. If he can hold off McCluggage, he will.
That's right, Eric Francis out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Florida kid. All these riders grew up racing against each other. McCluggage.
Baldwin dropping back. Baldwin dropping back. Francis moves into 2nd. McCluggage moves into 3rd. Brian Baldwin with a problem on that number 1 GP 1800 Yamaha. Baldwin falling back quickly. We got McCluggage in 3rd now, trying to track down Francis. Francis behind the leader behind the leader Iantosca.
Oh, Iantosca sticks it. Did Francis get by there? He did. Eric Francis in the lead. Iantosca in 2nd. And look up Mac.
Here comes
Mac sweeping on the outside. Here comes McCluggage.
I told you Mac was on the gas, and here he comes behind his buddy, Arminio Iantosca. Good friends off the track. No lost love on the race course. But it is Eric Francis now. Boat number 911 that moves into the lead. Here comes Iantosca in 2nd and Mac right behind him on boat number 46.
That's the 115 of Jeremy Schnadelmeyer out of Del Rey. He moves over, lets Mac go by. Wise decision on his part.
Look at this battle for the lead. 1, 2, 3. It's Francis, Iantosca, and McCluggage. Got to wonder what happened to Baldwin. He has got to be really steaming inside that helmet right now. Oh, what a battle down the jet trim back straightaway. Go the leaders.
Francis got 4 lap riders in front of him. His decision, is Iantosca going inside or outside? Where's he going? He's going outside?
They're all going outside.
Oh, so's Mac.
All going outside, but Eric Francis has methodically worked his way up into the lead and is starting to straddle. He's flying down that front straightaway on that Yami. The Sea-Doo of Iantosca right behind him, and here comes McCluggage again. McCluggage shortening that gap up. We are going to have a battle to the finish, Kurt.
We got a battle right now, and the battle is Eric Francis. Who can slice through lap traffic faster? Francis is like a surgeon out there. He is making moves well in advance of where he gets to the corners or where he wants to go. Eric Francis right now making great decisions, leading this race. He deserves it. Right behind him on the bitch and stitching back straightaway, Arminio Iantosca, Chris McCluggage, Brian Baldwin.
Oh, Francis has done a perfect job of working that Broward Motorsports.
Arminio goes inside. Arminio taking the inside.
Francis coming down the front straightaway, taking the white flag. 1 lap to go, and that's an inside split. Good call. Oh, Baldwin moves back up past Iantoska and McCluggage. Baldwin somehow has found the horsepower once again and has moved into second place now behind Francis.
Can you say I love Pro-Am Runabout box
Wow,
stock?
these guys are so evenly matched. No one really gets away at this top level. But Eric Francis is doing a pretty good job right now.
Wow.
Less than a lap to go, and it's going to be the 32-year-old rider out of West Palm Beach, Florida, on that Broward Motorsports Yamaha GP 1800. It looks like he's got a clear path now to the checkered flag here in Moto number 1 of Pro-Am Runabout box stock, and the checkered flag flies for Francis, Kurt.
Well done. Give him a round of applause. How about Brian Baldwin?
Baldwin comes back from the dead to take second.
Leo Morelli goes by.
Oh, McCluggage gets third. Iantoska now in fourth. Iantoska not happy.
Well, I'll tell you what, in the GP class, they do not have this number of lappers to deal with, and that was certainly a factor where everybody finished today.
I'll tell you what, if you are a personal watercraft fan and you didn't enjoy that, if that race didn't get your heart pumping, you don't have a beat.
Then you don't like pro watercraft.
You don't have a pulse, let me just say that.
I'll tell you what.
Oh, my goodness, that was a battle. Got a lot of talent here, and then we go down to the starting line, and we go right to Pro-Am Ski GP, and this is going to be a very interesting affair.
Wow, what a great view of all those runabouts as they go around the lake. We were going to have pro ski up next. Oh, I'll tell you what, that was exciting. I am looking forward to the pro ski class as well.
Yeah.
What do you think? You got any front runners?
Well, I think one thing is the Commander team has made the trip out here to Naples from Phoenix, and they have got a very, very powerful squad with, of course, with Dustin and Tyron Matsuris. Now, recently, you know, Dustin has been campaigning the Commander GP1 turbocharged unit. And as well as Tyron, his brother, and I believe Klippenstein is riding a, is Clipper on it? You're on a turbo, aren't you, Mike? You on a turbo? Don't know, huh? Okay. We're going to find out in a minute. I got a feeling. Yeah, I know Clipper's on a turbo too. He's got that GP1 Commander. And so that's a powerful team right there. Of course, Clipper riding, still flying the R&D banner for our good buds, Bill Chapin and Glenn Dickinson. And we will see. And then we've got the Kawasaki SXR 1500s. Derek Powell's going to be riding one of those, as well as Cabrera and A.J. Lewinstra. I
hear
can't
Rick.
tell because I've
Yeah,
got the
Rick and I
headphones
are
on.
having problems hearing each other. Rick?
Are we good out on the
Oh, there we go.
PA? All right.
Oh, they're both Ricks. Mine is low.
Okay. We good?
Okay, Ray, can you turn mine up? Oh, there we go. That's a little
Okay.
better. More. 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 Up, 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 up. He's saying you got to control it up here.
Okay, let's take a look down on the starting line. On the line, boat number 3 out of Biloxi, Mississippi. On the Kawasaki, riding for Performance Jet Ski and Cycle. Fly Racing, IPD Graphics, RAS Products, and Pro Watercraft Racing. That is Jules Hopkins.
On the number 13, Kawasaki out of Pompano Beach, Florida, sponsored by Bel-Ray Racing. Miami Jet Ski Shop, it's Louis Fillet.
Boat number 15 out of High Point, North Carolina, on the Superior House 321 Kawasaki STB Racing, Hurricane Racing, Amsoil, Jet Dynamics, Fly Racing, Rock Tape, Ross Products, and BB Talkin'. It is Matthew Richuk.
On the 28th, the number 28 K1 out of Phelan, California, sponsored by IPD Graphics, JC Racing, K&N Builders, Zip Tie Racing, and his mom and dad, Cooper Schexenheider.
Boat number 2, ZA out of Epinyani, South Africa, on the Commander Industries Jet Pilot Rockstar GP1. It is Tyron Matsuris.
On the double 4 out of Syracuse, Indiana, Kawasaki mounted, 42 years old, sponsored by Motorsport Midwest LLC, Speed Racing, Z-Force Racing, Synergy, RV Transport. Give it up for Derek Powell.
Boat number 50, also originally from South Africa, now out of the Phoenix area on the Powerhouse Commander team, riding for Commander Jet Pilot on the GP1, multi-time world champion, national champion, Dustin Matsuris.
On the number 5-1 and Kawasaki out of Miramar, Florida, sponsored by our very own Broward Motorsports, WSR Exotic Signs, Hamilton's TMR, Tim Judge, JC Racing, and Watercross in Texas, David Cabrera.
Boat number 102 out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, riding for Tomsky and Firkin Performance. It is Justin Trader.
On the 114 Kawasaki out of Andover, Kansas, only 18 years old, sponsored by 321 Kawasaki Jet Trim, Pro Watercraft, JC Racing, Hurricane Racing, Abaco Sunglasses, IPD Graphics, Fly and Jet Lift, AJ Luenstra.
And rounding out the field, boat number 212 out of Fort McMurray, Canada, on the R&D Racing Jet Trim, BP Concepts, High Roller Energy Drink, H2O Action Kawasaki, Kaylee Protectives, Oakley, Maxima, Skillet Motorsports, Yamaha, I believe that is a Commander, however, Mike the Clipper Klippenstein.
What a lineup we got going on.
Oh, I am fired up and ready to go. This is going to be something special. We've got a combination of different equipment down in the starting line. It's going to be really intriguing. We've got a combination, of course, of the new Kawasaki SXR 1500 4-strokes, as well as the Commander GP1, TR1 Yamaha triple-cylinder turbocharged engine packages down there. And in this race, unlike the turbo he's run recently, is going to be Dustin Matsuris on a package that Commander has put together with their GP1 hull, however, featuring a complete Kawasaki SXR 1500 package engine-wise.
Nice. Well, we looked at the Yamaha package last year. It was gorgeous. Every detail was beautiful as we're walking through the pits, taking a look at it. And with the Cowie motor in there, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, so Dustin going to be on the Kawasaki engine platform, his brother Tyron on the turbo platform, I believe Clipper on the turbo platform as well, and then everybody else down on the line, a combination of 2-stroke, 4-stroke, mostly 4-stroke, I think, SXR 1500s, it looks like.
Normally aspirated.
Normally aspirated, yeah. The 1500's not allowed to run turbos, at least not yet.
Yeah. You know it's going to come eventually.
Well, technology marches on, and you cannot hold anything back. But, you know, this Commander team, they run it like a supercross team. They come, they train, they prepare, and they are really dialed in. Spent some time with Steve Webster, the Commander himself, this morning, and kind of got some info on what they're running, what they're training, and what they do, and very impressive package they put together in a couple of different configurations. So we're going to see what's what out here. You know, this is flat water racing here in Sugden Lake in Naples, and much different than we have in the surf events. Different packages, different combinations really rule typically in depending on water conditions. And of course we've seen earlier with Jimmy Wilson, unfortunately not with us this weekend.
Truly unfortunate.
Yeah, that package that he runs with that Judge Motorsports triple two-stroke in the carbon fiber hull, that's been a very potent package for many years now, and pretty much the standard in pro ski GP racing. However, the times, they are a-changing.
They are a-changing, Rick Lake, and four-strokes are here to stay. Commander doing a lot of research and development. Those guys are on the water consistently, but it's not only Commander. You look down here, you see Derek Powell on the double four. He's going to be a force to be contended with. Clipper, full-on R&D stuff going at it. Matthew Richuk on that number 15, SXR. He just stepped up to the Cowie boat.
And here we go. We're going to get them fired up on the starting line. This is going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle here in Moto number 1.
There to go. Derek Powell, like he was shot out of a cannon.
Oh, look at Motts on boat number 50 on the inside split. What a rocket ship out of the start on that Commander GP1.
Clipper on the outside, though. Watch Clipper. He's going to get on the front straightaway after Matsouras.
Oh, Matsouras is just flying out there. Here comes Tyron Matsouras. Yeah. Tyron looks over at Clipper. They're both running turbos, but out in front is Dustin Matsouras on that Kawasaki SXR 1500 engine in the Commander K1 hull, and he is out in front. Boy.
Derek Powell jumped into that 4 spot. AJ Lewinstra behind him. Looks like David Cabrera making a move up.
And Motts flying down that back straightaway. I'll tell you what, he is making a statement. He came out here, I think, to make a statement that says our turbo packages are absolutely dialed, but you know what? We've got this SXR 1500 engine in these hulls, and they're equally dialed, and they're fast, and look at him out in front right now.
One more thing. I'm faster than my little brother.
He is at the moment.
He is, yeah.
Tyron on the turbo, as well as Clipper on that 212 turbo. All three of those front runners running the Commander Industries hull, that GP1 hull, that they have really perfected in the last few years.
Derek Powell right there on that number 44. There, Matthew Richuk moved up through the crowd, and he's back in that 5th position with AJ Lewinstra. Then David Cabrera right behind him. Louis Valet, I believe, bringing up the rear right now. And on the inside, interesting that Motts is choosing the inside. Both of the Matsouras is taking the inside, as does Clipper.
Yeah, we saw in the runabout racing, they were all electing to go to the outside split. But I think that's because of the different type of racing they do with those big hulls and the type of horsepower that they have. These skis turn, you know, very sharp. They're very nimble. And maybe they feel that the inside split, they can take advantage of that being a little tighter, and that's a better option. But we'll see as the day goes on. You know, we saw yesterday, the inside was fastest, then the outside was fastest later in the day.
Well, I'll tell you what, Justin Trader coming down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway behind David Cabrera, and I say his name, he goes off. Cabrera up and over the log jump. Here comes your leader, Dustin Matsouras, making the turn under the Broward Motorsports front straightaway. Right behind him, Tyron, and those two have distanced themselves from Clipper. I'll tell you what, I'm liking that 1500 package under Motts' hood.
Oh yeah, both Matsouras brothers, originally out of Epinyani, South Africa, now living in the Phoenix area. and operating the Commander Industries shop down there. It's a Yamaha dealership, but certainly they do a lot more than just sell Yamahas. They've built these Commander hulls. They're manufactured in South Africa. The Matsuras brothers family comes from a long history of boat manufacturing, and they know of which they speak, quite obviously, because these Commander hulls are handling extremely well. I mean, they are just running away. 1, 2, 3, it's Commander out in front. And you know, as I said earlier, these guys approach the sport like Supercross, team-wise. Right. They train 3 days a week. They go out, put out buoys, they run 45-minute motos, and they train hard. They take it very seriously. And here's what we see here in Naples.
That's what it takes to be out front. That, a consistent diet, exercise. It's not a miracle. You get out there and practice a lot, you're going to get better.
And Clipper in third place, not able right now to keep the pace with the two Matsuras brothers, just absolutely dominating here in Moto number 1. And you want a turbo, you want a naturally aspirated SXR 1500 4-stroke, take your pick, but both of them work extremely well, Kurt.
I'm telling you what, if I could do it without getting a turbo and all that complexity, I'm throwing that 1500 package in right away. As we go back in the back a little bit, Derek Pell has stretched his lead. He's in 4th position over the rest of the field. Behind him, Matthew Redchuck, then AJ Luenstra, David Cabrera. They're doing their best on those SXRs, but I'll tell you what, there's a big difference in the way those things handle compared to the Commander hulls.
Well, yeah, the SXR 1500s are great boats. This is the way they come from Kawasaki. Of course, in the GP class, they're modified in a variety of ways. Most of them don't run very exotic engines as of yet. However, compared to the Commander Industries boats, they are about 130 pounds heavier. Now, I was talking to Dustin this morning. He said, you know, yeah, there's about 130-pound difference, but he said that is not always an advantage,
right?
You know, in ski racing. Sometimes a little extra weight can be an advantage, particularly in rough water. When you're in really rough conditions, a chopped up lake that's really blown and nasty, a heavier boat can actually be an advantage.
Is certainly an advantage.
Here we don't really have those conditions. This is really, really smooth water for personal watercraft racing, and you can see those GP1 hulls are just tearing it up out there.
Yeah, well, if you watch the difference, okay, look at Derek Pell on the boat he's on, AJ Luenstra, the attitude that the machine takes when they go into a corner compared to the K1s. The Matsuras brothers, they're cleaning their ears out on the inside. They can throw that thing completely sideways. Mike Klippenstein, I think he's shorter on one side.
And here comes Dustin Matsuras, boat number 50. And Tyron has closed the gap on his brother. Tyron's on that turbo. Remember, here comes Tyron Matsuras, a great rider in his own right. Does not have the accolades that Dustin has, his older brother, who was a former member of the factory Kawasaki team back in the day with many championships. But now Dustin is working his way up behind lap traffic. Some really fast riders are going to get lapped here by the Matsurases as these laps wind down. Keep an eye on Matsuras now. He is going to have to work his way around this lap traffic that could allow his brother to catch up a little bit.
We need Sport GP to the line, please. Sport GP to the line. Come on down. As we see AJ Luenstra come through. Cabrera looking behind, trying to stay out of the way of Mats. Both Mats.
Both Mats brothers.
By two Matses, Matsai.
Matsai coming by. And Cabrera.
Right there.
Oh, Cabrera goes down. He got shaken up a little bit with that action. You know, that throws you off just a little bit. A guy like that, an awesome rider, not used to getting lapped out there.
You know, I talked to David earlier in the weekend. He says, look, I'm going into GP class with a stock boat. You know, I'm learning the hull. We're getting ready for next year. He says, I love that 1500 motor. It's just going to take a little bit more time, but I'm going to go out and get the practice against some of the best riders in the world. And he is representing Broward Motorsports really well.
Absolutely, and it's funny, you know, here comes Mats down the front straightaway, your race leader, boat number 50. He's going to go by AJ Luenstra, moves over, way gives him a wide berth, and his brother. Whoa, AJ looks over and says, oh, here comes the other one.
Look out.
Just like the other one.
Yeah.
And here comes, you know what? Clipper is closing that gap.
He is.
Mike Klippenstein, 20-plus world championships out of Fort McMurray, Canada. He races constantly. He is in every race in the United States and elsewhere, year-round, runabout, stand-up, endurance, closed course. Clipper has won it all, he's done it all, and he is charging now up behind Tyron. At least he's trying.
Don't forget about his snowmobile racing, his water bike. And you know what? This is 50 years old. It seems like I've been watching for at least 40. It didn't start when he was 10. White flag out,
He's
one
amazing.
left to go. Dustin Mansour's a huge lead. Tyron behind him, but not really close. Not enough for one lap. Here comes Clipper passing Lewinstra, still in that third position, Rick.
Well, you know, Dustin out in front is a very, very seasoned expert. He has been around for so long. He's won every championship. He's lost every championship. He has been in the lead and lost them. Saw him lose a world championship many years ago by virtue of getting a piece of a log jump stuck in his pump, which cost him a world title. He is used to it. He's been there, done that. He is going to do what it takes to bring this number 50 Commander Industries GP1 around with the Kawasaki SXR 4-stroke. He's going to take the checkered flag here, Moto number 1.
Give it some applause, folks. That's a Moto 1 win for Dustin Mansours. Right behind him, his brother Tyron, and the Clipper, Mike Klippenstein, in that third position.
Well, for the Mansours brothers, it's just like same old, they're out training. Lorenster comes in, then Cabrera, they both are a lap down. Heck, everybody might be a lap down except the top 3, I'm not sure.
No, I believe that Derek
Powell has got to be on the lead lap. He's on the lead lap for sure.
Wow, that was fun. Do it again. Let's do it twice more. What do you think, Rick?
We're going to do it again.
Game on.
We're going to do it again.
Sport GP should be on the line, and we only have one rider down there.
Yeah,
Sport get a great start, huh?
Sport GP, you want to talk about craziness?
Let's do.
I can hardly take it to Sport GP. Nuts, right?
Hey, I'll tell you what, 15 boats on the line. There's some good names in this. Sammy Niemi on the number 13 Yamaha, based out of Cooper City. He is sponsored by his own Broward Motorsports, Judd Motorsports, Exotic Signs, Jet Pilot, Jet Left, Shoei Helmets. That's Sam Niemi.
Boat number 1. Out of Naples, Florida, riding for Broward Motorsports, Weight, Shape, and Performance, Exotic Signs, Hamilton's Customs, Judge Motorsport, Northeast Powder Coat, and ISAW on the Yamaha. Keith Dill,
your current champion. On the number 18, also out of Naples, Florida, sponsored by his wife, Kate, Jay Sugar, and Mama Sill Racing, Sean Reynolds.
Number 43 out of Sarasota, Florida, on the Bullet Hall, riding for Judge Motorsports, Jersey Mike Subs, Skeleton Motorsports, Weight, Shape, and Performance, and Broward Motorsports, Michael Osborne.
On the number 78, Polaris, out of Dawsonville, Georgia, sponsored by Lair Performance Watercraft, Jet Dynamics, and Extreme Throttle, Logan Hayes.
Boat number 85 out of Biloxi, Mississippi, riding for Performance Jet Ski and Cycle, Fly Racing, IPD Graphics, Ross Products, and Pro Watercraft Racing on the Sea-Doo Kawasaki 4-stroke powered Sea-Doo. That's Jules Hopkins.
On the triple one, out of Madison, Yamaha mounted, sponsored by Judge Motorsports, Jet Track, Jet Trim, and Jet Pilot. 41 years young, Billy Dearman.
Boat number 111W out of Christmas, Florida. Riding for the Anderson clan, twostrokeporting.com, Slacker Graphics, Walker Racing, and RTR on the Sea-Doo, Richard Taylor.
On the 173 Sea-Doo out of Hamilton, New Jersey, sponsored by Extreme Throttle, Jet Set Performance, Absolute Performance, Jet Worry, Cherry Hill Auto Body and CPT Enterprises, Eric Deglar.
Number 201 out of Delray Beach, Florida, on the bullet, riding for Riva, Jet Trim, Mark Landis Racing, and RS1. That is Christopher Landis.
On the 226 Sea-Doo, sponsored by Team Mean Racing out of Delray Beach, Florida, Sea-Doo mounted 46-year-old Christine Malone.
Number 296 out of Port Charlotte, Florida, on a bullet haul, riding for Wade Chapin Action. Abaco IPD Jet Trim Skellett Motorsports, it is Thomas Skellett.
On the 346 Yamaha at Dawsonville, Georgia, 21 years old, sponsored by Lair Performance. Lair Performance, Watercraft, Extreme Throttle, and Jet Dynamics, Kyle Hayes.
Number 401 out of Delray Beach, Florida, on the Yamaha, riding for Team Mean Racing, that is Jessica Malone.
And rounding out the field on the 913 Yamaha, sponsored by Judge Motorsports, HydroTurf, Liquid Moly, Riva, Blosian, IPD Graphics, Jet Pilot, Liquid Moly, Jet Renew, and Optima, Jordan Carroll.
Well, Kurt, I'll tell you what, this Sport GP class, we've got our work cut out for us.
Yes, sir, we do.
We got to keep track of this.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be bananas.
We have seen more drama in Sport GP over the years than in any other class, I think. These guys are so competitive. The boats are exotic. You never know who's going to finish because sometimes the leader may be running away and has a mechanical. This is a very exotic racing class with a lot of carbon fibered hulls, motors of choice. You can put in whatever you want, mix and match, and it is a lot of fun.
It is really a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for the boat builders, too. It's almost let your imagination run wild. You know, we've talked about Jules Hopkins. He's on the post on the inside. His dad put together that HX with a Cowie 4-cylinder motor in it. An interesting machine. It's got its pluses and its minuses. It's competitive, but it doesn't blow everybody away. You would think 1,500 cc's to, you know, some of the 1100s, 900s, 1200s, but that's not the case.
Well, you know, we know the boat to keep an eye on, and that is down on the end of the starting line. That's boat number 13. Sam Nemi has got an absolute monster he's sitting aboard. That's a Tim Judge built triple cylinder 2-stroke, and that is one snarling beast he is aboard. But he has got the talent to tame that beast, and he has put that in the lead many, many times in the past. So, and between those two extremes, we've got everything else in the middle, I guess.
Everything in the middle. And we even have a Polaris Hurricane down here.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
It warms your heart, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It really does.
You old Polaris guy, you.
Oh, well, you know, hey. They're going to put your kid on tour. You're going to follow around.
You
know
better.
what I mean?
Hey, it helps your wallet, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it helped a lot, believe me. But, you know, one thing I want to say about Sam Nemi and his riding, okay, so he's got a great machine. That's absolutely fantastic. But really, we've seen him have mechanical issues throughout the year on the tour, and you know what? He rides the wheels off of that thing.
Like I said, he can tame the beast, man.
Oh,
He
man.
can ride that blaster like no other. He is a talented rider. These guys are all really good. This class, we never really know what to expect because we know Nemi's going to be fast for sure, but you know what? These guys are all fast. They all are ultra competitive, and it's an interesting class because essentially it's a vintage class with hull design, but it's only vintage in design because the hulls are modern in many cases, the engines are modern in many cases. Heck, you know, Jules Hopkins down there on that 4-stroke Kawasaki SXR, that's being used in the new 2018 SXR 1500, same engine.
Yep.
And one nice thing about those 4-strokes in that configuration, the longevity on them is strong. They're very reliable. These highly tuned 2-strokes, you got to rebuild them all the time.
Yep. I'm just looking down our list. 7 of the riders that are on the line weren't born yet when these first came out.
Very true. Wow.
Sam Nemi, Richard Harris going side by side on the outside. There's not a foot between those two. Richard Harris on the HX getting a whole shot on the outside.
And it's Michael Osborne with a great jump on the inside split. Look at Michael Osborne He is really fast here out of the gate, Kurt.
Not even close to Richard Harris right now.
Oh, here comes
wow,
Osborne.
look at
Harris.
that HX.
Harris on the HX flying. Nemi in second. Oh, no, it's
Osborne.
going to be Osborne taking second. Oh, and
No,
Nemi
it's not.
sweeps. Oh, Nemi is not going to be denied. He completely sweeps around the outside of Osborne on that turn, and that's not easy to do.
No, then we got Keith Dill, Jules Hopkins, just a host of great riders behind them. Look at Richard Harris, though. We were talking about it in practice. That is one fast HX with a wicked sound to it.
Richard Harris down the jet trim back straightaway with Sam Nemi in tow. And keep an eye on both those riders. Nemi on the gal. Nemi's going to go to the inside split. Harris goes to the outside. Let's see how that works out.
That's going to hurt Sammy. That little
Oh,
bobble
yeah.
there.
Harris is flying.
He's gone.
Oh, that cost him greatly. You're absolutely right. Right there, that just hurt Sam. He won't take the inside again.
No, he won't. Hey, just a point to point out, Richard Harris is riding this machine because his wife isn't physically ready to get back to racing. We saw him earlier at the National Championships. Susan said, if the doctor lets me go, I'll be at Worlds. If not, then Richard's going to ride it. He built the boat. Look at the lead that he's got already.
I think he's the right rider for that boat, I got to say, man.
Oh,
he is.
Susan is fast, too. I think that boat is the fastest one they've had in their stable.
Well, it's really fast because we know how fast Sam Nemi's boat is.
Well, look at the top two. Osborne in third, and he's doing a great job to be there.
Oh, he got that whole shot on the inside, and he's in third right now real solidly. But down the front straightaway, look at Taylor just ripping on that Sea-Doo HX hull. Let's see Taylor out of Christmas, Florida.
We're going to try and get a lap time on him, and let's see what happens.
Wow, he is flying. Nemi, though, Nemi closing that gap. As long as Nemi doesn't take that inside split again. It's funny, the Matsurises were using the inside split a lot, and it worked great.
Yep.
In this class, it's not working so well.
Not so much. I'll tell you what, as we look back behind Osborne, there's Keith Dill, Jules Hopkins. Don't know the rider in the orange top there. We'll try and catch them as they come around. Look at this battle down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway. Sean Reynolds out of Naples making the pass.
Down the front straightaway, the race leader, number 111. That is Richard Taylor on the Sea-Doo HX. Sam Nemi, boat number 13, the Yamaha Blaster. It's actually a Hamilton custom hull blaster. He is in second right now.
Oh, Jessica Malone trying to move out of the way. That was really close, folks.
43, Michael Osborne in third place. Jules Hopkins back in fifth right now. That looks like Keith Dill in fourth, and Hopkins behind him in fifth. So we'll keep an eye on those riders as well, as I know Hopkins, that's just about where he's been all season long, is right around that fourth or fifth position on that four-stroke Kawasaki-powered Sea-Doo HX hull.
Making a turn, the other 111, Billy Dearman coming down here, multi-time champion. Dearman looking strong, and here comes Richard Harris.
Wow.
That thing is so much faster than everything else.
And Sam goes inside again on that split that time. It didn't help him. It didn't really hurt him either, though, that time. He didn't see anybody else on the inside, so he decided to go that way, and that probably didn't hurt him quite so bad because of that.
And it is getting rougher on the inside, as we discussed earlier, Rick Lake.
Yep, it is. Richard Taylor, though, boy, he is really riding a perfect race so far. Got a great gait, and he has not let off.
Yeah, right in front of him is Billy Dearman, multi-time champion. And Billy Dearman getting past this early in a race, that's almost unheard of.
Pretty amazing, absolutely amazing. But Richard Taylor, man, he has found some horsepower. That thing is flying out there. That, in those Sea-Doo HXs, in the right conditions, they're pretty tough to beat. And the rougher it gets, the better it is for them. There's no doubt about it.
Halfway through, here comes your leader, Harris.
But Sam Nemi starting to close the gap on Richard Taylor.
And as we discussed earlier, Rick, or as you said earlier, Rick, with this class. Oh, we got Michael Osborne down on the far right-hand side of the course.
Off the ski. He went for a swim. Here comes our leaders onto the jet trim, back straightaway, and it is Richard Taylor leading Sam Nemi. Sam starting to close that gap ever so slightly here as we get halfway through this moto.
And Richard Taylor just taking advantage of Billy Dearman. Billy Dearman moved out of the way. Great sportsmanship there. Unfortunately, couldn't get out of Nemi's way. That's getting a little boost to Richard Taylor. Look at his speed down the front straightaway.
Well, I tell you what, as fast as Nemi has been, we know how fast his ski is. It is a rocket ship. I am amazed to see Richard Taylor matching him in speed.
Taylor stuffed a little hard there. Looked like there was an issue. There may be a mechanical coming. Let's keep attention on Harris's boat.
Taylor's boat,
excuse me, as Nemi starts to reel him in.
Oh, Nemi's been closing that gap a little by little here. He's still got a ways to go, though. Taylor is flying out there on that HX. Heading on to the left-hand part of the race course. Taylor is sticking to that outside split, lap after lap. Let's see what Sam does. Yep. Sam also goes to the outside.
Taylor is slowing down. I am telling you, Richard Taylor is slowing down. He's looking real fast on this front straightaway, but through the corners, I wonder if he's having some sort of fuel or water in the boat issue.
Might be. It sounds like it a little bit as he came by. It started to sound a little raspy as he came by us. We will see what happens because Sam is definitely closing the gap. Sam Nemi on that number 13 Broward Motorsports Wave Blaster. He is on it right now trying to track down our leader, Richard Taylor.
Yeah, we're into lap traffic now for the rest of the race. There's going to be lap traffic on every lap of this race. We're in the second half, though, so at this point, conditioning may come up, and I'll tell you what, there is not a more fit rider on this track than Sammy Nemi.
No, Sam is dialed in, no doubt about it. But right now, it's Richard Taylor, 51 years old, riding for the Anderson clan, twostrokeporting.com. Slacker Graphics, Walker Racing, and RTR on the Sea-Doo HX. Coming down the front straightaway, boat number 111, just going by lap traffic, one after another. He's riding a perfect race so far.
He's taking them two at a time, going down the straightaway, and he started a good 40 yards back of them at the beginning of the straightaway. If you look at Richard Taylor, I'll tell you what, I think he just didn't realize how close Sam Nemi was. He was backing out of the throttle.
Maybe so.
When Osborne went off, he looked behind, saw Nemi there, and he is taking off now.
Well, Richard Taylor is absolutely dialed in here in moto number 1. And he is pulling away again from Sam Nemi. He has gapped him almost the entire back straightaway right now. And he is working so perfectly through the lap traffic. He has not had a problem yet. He really is doing a great job getting through a mirror of the lappers.
Well, watch as he comes down the front straightaway. Lapper there.
Look at the speed differential. That Sea-Doo is just humming right now. It is running perfectly. And so is Nemi's Yami. That Tim Judge built triple is on it, but right now no match for the Sea-Doo HX of Richard Taylor.
Yeah, and Taylor's making good decisions, Rick.
He really is.
I'm watching him as he's going through lap traffic. He's setting up way before he gets to the lapper. He is getting on the right side of the pump wash for the corner that's coming up, wherever that may be. Richard Taylor is having himself a moto right now. Only moto number 1.
That's right, absolutely, Kurt. Richard Taylor absolutely locked in. He is dialed and riding a perfect moto right now. And I don't see anything changing the way Richard Taylor's riding. He is not going to get caught by Sam Nemi, it doesn't look like, as the laps start to wind down. Of course, hey, anything can happen, and we're going to keep an eye on him, but Sam is working really hard in second, but not able to close that gap a whole lot on Taylor.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's any fault of Sam Nemi.
Richard
Taylor. Wow.
Nemi's as fast as they come, period.
Yeah.
You know, both rider and boat. But right now, Taylor's locked in, man. He's got that Sea-Doo dialed. It's tuned to perfection. And you know, that's a good performing boat. But here comes Sam. Sam is charging down the jet trim, bitchin', stitching back straightaway. One more lap, trying to close that gap as the moto winds down. I think I see our starter out in the towers, got that white flag out. Let's keep an eye as Richard Taylor makes the turn onto the front straightaway. The Broward Motorsports front straight. Richard Taylor, 111. He's going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go, Kurt.
He does, and Taylor coming up on 3-lap riders. That's going to give Nimi a shot. Hey, it only takes a little bit.
Taylor stumbled. Taylor made a mistake at the end of the front straightaway. Here comes Nimi.
Ryder goes down right in front of Taylor. He just misses him.
It's chaos out there right now on the right-hand side of the track. Richard Taylor working hard to get around this lap traffic.
Sam Nimi working harder.
Sam Nimi is closing the gap. Less than a lap to go. Let's keep an eye on Nimi. Here comes boat number 13. Sam Nimi's on the gas. Here they go down the jet trim back straightaway.
Let's see it as they go down. There's Taylor.
Taylor. See what he does here. Oh, Taylor's working around lap traffic, and he is flying all over the place.
Here he comes onto the front straightaway. Folks, as he comes across the line, let's hear some applause. What a great ride for Richard Taylor.
Oh, he's pumped up, too. Look at, he is stoked right now.
He gives a thumbs up to Sam Nimi as Nimi was headed right to him.
Oh, and Nimi gives him the shaka. He says, yep, good ride, buddy. Those guys give fist bumps, and that was a good battle. Nimi couldn't do anything with Richard Taylor, that moto. What a battle by those two.
I got to tell you, if you went over and talked to Sam Nimi right now in the pits, you know what he'd be talking about? Did you see how good Richard Taylor was?
Oh, yeah.
Man, that HX, this was fun.
He's going to get credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they were right next to each other on the start. I mean, they weren't separated until they came to the start-finish line off of that. They were side by side.
Well, I started to get a little concerned about Taylor at the end of this front straightaway because he subbed it a little bit, got a little sideways, was dealing with some rough, water, lap traffic. But you know what? He recovered, held on, and what a race in moto number 1 for Richard Taylor. Great job.
It's really a great job. And this is only moto number 1. We get to see 2 more of those.
Wow, what a great day of racing here in Naples.
Hey, you know what's up next? I do believe combined class. We've got more Nimis in this one. It's Sammy this time. Sammy on, guess what, number 13. So let's go. We're going to have a combination junior ski stock 10 to 12 and junior ski stock 13 to 15. We're going to run them both together. We're going to score them separately, Rick. In that junior ski stock, 10 to 12 years old, on the number 10 machine out of Harvard, Illinois, sponsored by AFX Helmets, Bella Hunt, and Mom and Dad. Oh yeah, his birthday today, Dustin Voss. This will be the last day that he will be in the junior ski stock 10 to 12. Next year, he's going 13-15.
He moves down the sheet a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
Boat number 13 out of Cooper City, Florida. Riding for Broward Motorsports, Judge Motorsports, Exotic Signs, Shoei, Jet Pilot, Hamilton's Jet Lift, and Jet Trim. It is the son of Sam Nimi. It is Sammy Nimi.
On the number 53 Yamaha at a Fairhope, Alaska. Is that Alaska or Alabama?
I think it's Alabama.
AK for Alaska. My apologies to all of you in Alabama.
They didn't come from that far.
Sponsored by Jet Blast Performance and Jet Blast Nation, Gary Holbein.
Boat number 55 out of Syracuse, Indiana. This is a fine young man that's getting faster by the race, riding for JBR Racing, Z-Force Racing. It is Jay Finlinson.
On the number 59 Kawasaki out of Denver, North Carolina, sponsored by Mom and Dad, Champion Power Sports. Another family rider, it's Caden Baldwin.
Number 888 out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Keep an eye on this young man. He was charging yesterday. Ryder Wildbower.
And we're going to jump down to junior ski stock 13-15 on the double 4 out of Syracuse, Indiana. Kawasaki mounted, 14 years old now, Sponsored by Motorsports Midwest LLC, Camden Powell.
Number 77, also out of Syracuse, Indiana. I'm going to start calling this the Syracuse Mafia. On the speed racing, Powell Familing. Okay.
I think there's a typo there.
There might be in one in my brain, that's for sure. Zeke Kime.
And rounding out the field on the 116 out of Ackworth, Georgia, Yamaha mounted, 14 years old. Sponsored by Speed Zone, Farthing Racing, Jet Pilot, Jet Trim, another family spoken for, Devin Farthing.
What's that? We can take these off, right?
They're firing them up.
We are watching the future of the sport.
Sammy Neve on the inside with a hole shot.
Red flag comes out, Kurt. We're going to line them back up.
We'll start all over again.
And we'll keep an eye and see who's going to get a penalty.
Who's on the outside there?
Let's take a look.
In the lead, of course.
That's Zeke Kime.
Ah, no surprise, huh?
Not at all. Part of the Syracuse, Indiana Mafia. Well, we say that because these kids, these families, train together. The Powells, Kime, Finlandsons, they all are from the same town in Indiana, and ride together. And they're all really good riders, man. These kids are fast.
They are really fast for their age.
Very impressive riders. I love watching them.
It's funny you say the Syracuse Mafia makes me think of the Michigan Mafia and flat track racing.
Exactly.
Springsteen and
absolutely.
Yeah. Those are motorcycles, by the way.
Also in motocross. But that's not unusual.
Is that Brian Deegan and his crew?
No, that's a whole nother level.
That's truly Mafia.
That's from Southern California. That's trouble right there.
I thought he was originally from Michigan.
You may be right. I just know him from Southern California, but you may very well be right on that one.
All right, we're going to start this up again. We'll take a look, see if anybody's starting with their hand on their helmet.
Anybody cause any trouble down there? Going to get penalized? Hope not.
You know, we got a little break, Rick. I want to shout out to everybody, say, go on down, see if there is anything left from the Wilson. Excuse me. Yeah, I just got that message too. Time to sign in for your flight for tomorrow.
Check in.
If you want to get a good seat, and I know you do, Rick.
Oh my goodness gracious!
For any of you who've seen Rick Lake in person, he's 6'11", 6'7"?
6'6".
6'6". And when he sits in an airline seat, it's amusing. It's comedy, believe me.
Well, cheap seats aren't real fun for the big guys. But we always do what we need to do, and not a big deal. But yeah, I'm frantically always working for a exit row.
So the question's answered. We look over on the far right-hand side. Zeke Kime starting at a hand-on helmet. Next to him is Farthing. And then Camden Powell on the double four. look down there. Sam Nemi didn't get enough of a workout, so he figured, hey, I'll just come hold for Sammy.
That's better.
All right, going to fire him up one more time. Nemi with the drive on the inside. Camden Powell's got Devin Farthing. Looks like he had a little bit off the beginning, but Powell holding tight. Camden Powell getting a whole shot on the outside. Nemi with a whole shot on the inside. Who's behind him, Rick?
Oh, and Sammy out in front there looking really good. Man, he got a great jump, and he is very, very smooth on that inside split here as we get into this first lap.
Oh, Nemi's got it.
Yeah, Nemi is just looking really good out in front. Looks over his shoulder, doesn't see anybody. Boat number 44 is Camden Powell.
And Jay Finlinson right there with him. Here comes Devin Farthing, and look at the double
Oh, we
seven.
got three riders, three abreast going into the turn.
Zeke Kime came from behind, went through the middle of between Devin Farthing and
Dustin Voss.
Oh, man.
Dustin Voss in fine form out there as well. What a battle into that turn, that left-hander, three abreast.
What an impressive move by Zeke Kime, and he's moving up. He's already in that fourth position now.
Sammy Nemi leading it down the jet trim back straightaway. I believe that's Camden Powell, 44, behind Nemi in second.
Well, I tell you what, Derek Powell's got to be. Oh, Ryder went down.
And then Finlinson in third. Down the front straightaway. All right, so it begins. Sammy Nemi, Finlinson, Powell, 77 is Zeke Kime, 116 Farthing, number 10 Voss, 888 is Wildeboer, and then
that's Caden Baldwin right there.
The cutest kid on the racetrack, Caden Baldwin.
No doubt. He is the youngest rider on the track as well.
Yeah, I talked to you. He came up to me yesterday, and he said, I'm racing tomorrow.
Yeah.
He said, I'm racing. And I said, good. He said, but I'm not going to win. He said, he goes, I'm not good enough. He goes, I'm not fast enough. His mom's going, what are you talking about?
He's got a great view of what's out there.
Oh, it cracked me up. He is so cute.
He is.
The cutest kid. These kids are all awesome, I got to say, but he is just a cutie at 10 years old, and he is out there. Look at how fast he's going to be. I mean,
I'll tell you what.
Oh, good Lord.
He and Devin Farthing, as they race together and grow up together, it's going to be, oh, look at this. Somebody peeling off to the inside. Who's trying it?
Sammy Nemi, number 13, our leader, 44, Powell. They are running away. Look at Sammy Nemi, man.
Zeke Kime up into third. Behind him, Devin Farthing. Battle for fourth.
Oh, what a battle. These riders are just locked in. They get down in that tray. I'm not sure if they're standing or kneeling or what's going on, but
hard to tell, huh?
Sometimes.
Oh, rider down. Is that Dustin Voss? Number 10? Is that Ryder Wildeboer?
Number 10 is Dustin Voss, the birthday boy out of Harvard, Illinois.
Gary Holbein coming through. Gary out of Fairhope, Alabama.
You got it right. Okay.
You know, it's one of those memory things. Sammy Nemi down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway. He's flying those colors. He is large and in charge. He is way out in front. Camden Powell on the double four. At the end of the straightaway, look at Zeke Kime. He is so far down in the track, he can barely see over the handle pole. Devin Farthing right behind him.
Yeah, these guys are going. And you know what? At their age, these kids never, ever run out of energy, do they?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it. Check him out down the front straightaway. Jay Finlayson coming in on the hook. Unfortunate. And this is the third and final moto, so we'll be crowning a champion after this.
And these kids have been battling all weekend long.
And they're still battling. Camden Powell here, number 44 in that second position. And Zeke Heim coming right behind him with Devin Farthing on that 116.
So who are we looking at here? We've got in junior ski stock 10 to 12. Dustin's got a first and a fourth. Well, Sammy Niemi, though, 2-1, and if he hangs on here to this lead, he is going to be a world champion, Kurt.
Yes, he could be. Gary Holbein, a 6 and a 6. He's pretty much out of it mathematically.
Yep.
Finlayson, a third and a second. He's tied with
down.
Dustin.
Finlayson's out. Finlayson's
out.
out.
That's right. Thank you for that.
And in 13 to 15, Camden Powell's got a 2 and a 1, and Devin Farthing's got a 1 and a 2. So that's going to come down to those two here.
And Powell out in front of Devin right now.
Here comes Sammy Niemi, the race leader. He stays in first, and he's going to have a world championship title. 44. As you mentioned, is Powell. He's leading the 13 to 15-year-olds. And if he stays in that position, likewise, he will be a world champion.
Yes, he will. They're going wild down below us here. See the laps go by.
Well, the moms and the dads are locked into this race like no other. They're watching their kids battle out on the racetrack. And these kids go at it. Sammy Niemi, our race leader, boat number 13, riding for Broward Motorsports, down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway.
Here's Camden Powell on that 44 machine. Is that Finlayson getting back on the track?
Yeah, Finlayson re-enters the track, but it's Sammy Niemi in charge in the 10 to 12-year-old class, and it's Camden Powell in charge in the 13 to 15-year-old class.
Right now, although Devin Farthing, anything happened to Powell, and Farthing was able to pass, he'd be the champion in that class as well.
Oh, what a beautiful day here in Naples for the 2018 Broward Motorsports Pro Watercross World Championships, Kurt. What a fun weekend this has been.
It's a phenomenal day here. Rick, I'll tell you what, we've been having all kinds of fun. You know what's coming up next, don't you?
What do we got?
Pro Freestyle.
Oh, crowd favorite. Camden Powell coming by one more time, taking that white flag, as well as Sammy Niemi. One lap to go for the young riders here. Their final moto of the day. This is moto number 3 for junior ski stock 10 to 12 and junior ski stock 13 to 15-year-olds. And we are watching the future champions in pro watercross racing getting faster and faster race by race, Kurt.
Yeah, you know what we're going to have here that we don't have in any of the other pro classes. Since this is a mixed class, we're going to have 2 world champions come out of this.
2 world champions about to be crowned here if things stay as they are on this final lap. The white flag is out. We've got our riders finishing up their last lap. We're going to watch for number 13, Sammy Niemi, to come around. He's coming down the front straightaway.
Folks, give him some applause as he comes by.
World championship for number 13, Sammy Niemi. Wow, great job, Sammy, and a world championship right here, number 44, Camden Powell. Congratulations.
Great job for the Powell family. Camden putting it to the water here. His dad, Derek, in the pro ski class. We'll see him a couple more times today.
And congratulations to all these kids and their families, because this has been an awesome year of watching these kids race on the track week in and week out, and they are just a blast to watch, aren't they?
They are a blast to watch. Well, Nemi family has a world champion in this pocket, so this is a successful weekend for that family already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know Sam's not going to be happy with that second place. He's walking down the beach thinking, what am I going to do with Richard Taylor in moto number 2? Hamilton, are you around? If you could please come up to the tower. We are about ready to get started with freestyle once again, and we would love to have your judging expertise for pro freestyle today. I know you're here somewhere. No, they're not going to start for a little bit.
Tyron Matsuris, then the number 2 machine, needs to go to technical inspection immediately. Tyron, if you grab that boat and get it over to tech, that'd be really good. Yes, sir, we are lock cocked, ready to rock. Pro freestyle. Rick, we're going to see some fun action here. Boy, I'll tell you what, we see some high altitude flying here as they're practicing out there, having some fun. We're going to get serious now. These riders have 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, to earn a world championship here.
Yeah, they put on a nice show yesterday for us. All 4 competitors really looked good yesterday, and we are about ready to get going. We'll get Ryan off the water. He's warmed up. Everybody's warmed up.
We are going to start out with Gary Burtka.
Gary's going to go first. Let's once they come in, we'll announce the order so they can all hear it. It's going to be Gary Burtka, followed by Ryan Doberstein, Luke Stocks, and Chris Anazeski. Okay, if we can have all of our riders come in. Everybody on the beach, can you guys hear us? You can hear us okay? Okay, you're going to go first, Gary. Gary's going to go first. Ryan's going to go second. Luke is going to go third. And Chris is going to go fourth. Okay? Everybody got a thumbs up on the order. Sounds good. Gary, take it away.
And Rick Lake, I just want to announce to our crowd, this is the opportunity to affect the outcome. One of these riders is going to be a world champion. Part of the judging program is applause from the crowd. So please, if you enjoy what the rider's doing, let him know about it. Scream, yell, jump up and down.
Absolutely. Don't be afraid. Don't sit on your hands. Let's get up. Let's make a little noise for these guys. They've got 2 minutes out of the entire day to get on the water and put on a show. The way this works is they each have 2 minutes. They're scored in the Olympic scoring system, 1 through 10. And the more energy you put out there, the more energy they're going to put back. And here we go. Gary Burtka is on the clock. HydroTurf Pro Freestyle underway. Gary Burtka, let's see what he's got today, Kurt. Is he going to have enough to catch Chris Anaseski, who was the leader coming in.
Well, it's a new playing field right now. This is the this performance will determine his world ranking in pro watercross. Gary setting up a full pancake 360 and another goes 3 in a row, comes out of it in a tail stand, one-handed in the air.
Yeah, Gary's really going to have to get after it here because the competition is brutally stiff here in Naples this weekend. Oh, nice. Oh, can he hang on to that? Nope, he's going to lose a little bit right there. Let's hear it. Let's get some noise for Gary Burtka. Let's ramp it up a little bit. Come on. We've got the HydroTurf Pro Freestyle Show, and we want to hear you guys put out some energy for our riders.
Gary Burtka setting up, going hard, going large. A full 360-degree backflip, spins around, comes right out of it. Gary kicking his feet into those footholds, turning that machine around. Now Gary, he's competing in 3 different closed course classes as well as freestyle. Burtka going down.
Oh, he pulls it out.
Unintentional sub, but it is a sub nonetheless.
Hey, he pulled it out and rode it out. We got one of the great freestyle judges in the world, Wambleton Texera, up here with us, watching these guys, and Whammer does not miss a trick, to say the least.
15 seconds for Gary Burtka.
That's it.
We're trying hard. Oh, Gary having a little problem. Big round of applause for Gary Burtka.
And that is going to do it for Gary Burtka. Unfortunately, loaded up the ski, maybe got a little water in it on that last trick, wasn't able to finish off strong. All of our riders get a horn with their 15 seconds left to go in their routine, and then another horn at the end. And usually once they hear that first horn, they are going to load up and end with something spectacular. Gary, unfortunately, not able to do that here today, so he's going to bring it in, and we will get our next rider out there. That's going to be Ryan Doberstein, Kurt.
Oh, Doberstein, kind of a local favorite around here. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, but he's been with pro watercross for quite a few years. Last year, he made the jump from amateur to pro. He did it here and was able to compete in 2 days in both shows, and I believe finished 3rd in the pro class.
Yeah, he was fantastic last year. He was he's on the tour. He's a lot of fun. He's a great guy, and he just had a young baby, and he's got to go out and earn a little money to feed that youngster out there.
Ryan Doberstein going to put it all on the line here.
He wants to hear you. Let him hear a little bit. Let's see what Ryan's got for us today.
Yeah, you guys can do better than that. How about we throw away some prize swag?
Yeah, what do we got up here? We got some goodies. If you guys make a little noise, we might have some goodies for you.
All right, let's go. Left side versus right side.
We're going to make our race director, Scott Hike, throw stuff out today. He's got double duty.
All right, who wants some prize swag on the left side of the
Here we
Tower
go.
of Power?
Here comes Ryan. He starts his routine. Big, huge backflip. Wow, look at the amplitude.
One-footed, another one-footed knack-knack. A full 360-degree backflip into a tail stand, and he powers out of it.
One of the things the judges look for is the amplitude. That means how high they get. And Ryan started out really strong. He got some big air that time.
I'll tell you what, we're up about 30 feet in the tower. Another one-footed knack-knack as he spins it around 360.
Yeah, it's okay to make a little noise out there. Come on.
Doberstein going off. He wants to hear you. Yeah, I'd say this isn't the time to be pleasant. Now's the time to get loud.
Yeah, you guys can get a little rowdy down on the beach. Let's hear it from you. Get these guys pumped up.
Doberstein turns it around, sets up, looking over at the judges. He's getting huge air, not even looking where he's going, catching it. Doberstein.
Just a little bobble right there. Now that's going to cost him just a little bit with the judge.
I'll tell you what, when you get that kind of height, the deductions don't seem to be quite as difficult. Doberstein spinning around, setting up. Oh, a sideways knack-knack. Did you see that?
Oh,
I've never
beautiful.
seen anybody do that.
Oh, that was nice. Nice job right there. Ryan does a little kick out called a knack-knack.
That's the first time in competition that I know of. We've seen knack-knacks, but not a cross one. Whoa! Look at the high Doberstein going off. 15 seconds. Let's hear it for him, crowd. Let's make him go wild. How high can he go? This is going to be it for Doberstein. His championship depends on it. A full big throw.
Oh, bulldogs it around, doesn't quite land it, but wow, spectacular finish.
Well, that was a big throw. Eric Malone made that famous a couple of weeks ago.
What a finish by Ryan Doberstein. That was fun. That was good.
I'm telling you, that big throw put a little exclamation point on the end of it. That's the way to end a routine.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
One more
Ryan
time.
Doberstein.
Up next, Luke Stocks.
Yeah, we got some swag. Let's go. Who wants some goodies? Come over to the tower. Who's out there? You guys want some goodies? We got a swag bag to give it a look at Scott Hike with that Wisconsin form right there with the right arm. You ought to play for the Packers.
Well, let's see. How about the right side? Anybody want something for free? Yes, I would. Thank you very much. How about a little noise to let us know that you would like it?
Race director Scott Hike doing his best Aaron Rodgers impersonation there.
Oh, behind the tower. I'm going back to the minors. Scott Hike.
Luke Stocks coming out on the water right now. Let's keep an eye on Luke. He's going to start his routine any second here. As soon as he launches into his first trick, we start the clock. He's waving to the crowd. Let him hear it. Put your hands together. Luke Stocks, ladies and gentlemen.
Luke Stocks got the matching paint scheme and wetsuit. Don't see that very often anymore.
That's
kind of a retro look, right?
Beautiful paint job on that ski with the wetsuit, the vest to match. I like that look. What do you think, Whammer? Is that a good look out there? Yeah, Whammer says yeah. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He's painted it all. Hurricane Industries. Luke Stocks on the clock.
Enormous 360, huge backflip, make it two, rides it out.
Whoa.
Oh, the crowd's getting into it now.
Yeah, this is a nice show. Luke has started out strong.
Watch Stocks.
It's pro freestyle, go big or go home.
Stocks, oh, one-footed.
Nice. Oh, beautiful combination there by Luke. Unfortunately, came off. Lanyard came out. He's going to have to relight it.
Oh, he's got plenty of time for that thing. There he goes.
Good news. Fires right back up. Luke Stocks back in position, ready to rock and roll.
Unfortunately, there is a deduction if your engine stops. It's difficult. Yeah, Stocks out there checking out the Hurricane. He spins it around.
HydroTurf, pro freestyle action. Luke Stocks going big.
Full 360-degree backflip. Another time, the lanyard's coming out. He's going to call up HydroTurf and get a new lanyard.
He's going to need something because that is going to cost him a couple of points. Unfortunately, he has looked so strong.
Folks, let's hear it for him as he finishes out. Here we go. Wow, one-handed 360 backflip. And it was 520.
Nice.
And then another 360-degree backflip to finish it off. What a combination.
Nice, beautiful combination, nice execution. Wow, HydroTurf Pro Freestyle here in Naples looking good.
Here he goes. One-footed backflip, 360. Oh, look at him land that into a tail stand. Luke Stock.
And that is going to do it for Luke. He's probably not finished, but as far as judging goes, that was it.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy left after the The motor cut out twice on him. That's unfortunate.
Didn't get everything he wanted to get in. There's no question about it, but it's still a fine performance this afternoon in the Hydro Turf Freestyle Show by Luke Stocks. Let's give him a hand. Luke Stocks, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, our final competitor out of Lake Worth, Florida, Chris Anazeski.
And Chris really laid it down yesterday in qualifying, Kurt. I'm expecting him to go really big here in the finals.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, as we were watching him practice, he and Doberstein were getting some huge air.
They were matching each other air for air, weren't they?
Yeah, I'd love to do a side-by-side slalom freestyle, man. I'm telling you.
Let's see what Chris is going to have for us here in the finals today. One more competitor here to go in the Hydro Turf Pro Freestyle.
And there we
underway.
Go. Two.
On his knees.
Three. I know, it's crazy.
He's riding on his knees doing backflips.
Is that even possible? I guess it is.
Apparently.
360-degree backflip with lots of amplitude. One thing about Chris, he's always got a huge smile on.
He really does. He is having a great time out there on the water. What a great performer. Oh!
Whoa! Didn't see it.
Grabbing that handle pole in the air and rides it out. Nice execution. What a show today by Chris Anazeski. Whoa!
I'll tell you what, he swapped handlebars, got back, did the backflip, did it one-handed. Absolutely spectacular. Anazeski making a turn, looking to earn a world championship.
Oh,
whoa!
Beautiful one-footed big air backflip by Chris Anazeski. He is going off here during the Hydro Turf Pro Freestyle Show. Wow, what a show by Chris.
He's looking around, setting up. Here he goes. Over 360 on 2, 3, 4, 5. Into a pancake 360. Make it 5. Another 360. Another backflip. Another one-footed, one-handed landing.
Yeah.
Can you keep up?
Let's hear it. Oh, goodness gracious.
Anazeski really going off today. Chris, big smile on his face. Makes the turn, sets up, and gets wild one-hander again.
Grabbing that haul in the air.
Beautiful backflip, 2, make it 3. Might as well go for one more as he spins around the other direction. Make it 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
He's still going. He is not going to stop. Let's hear it. He is not going to stop. Put your hands together. Hydro Turf Pro Freestyle, Chris Anazeski, absolutely on fire.
Are you kidding me? I looked down there, saw Ryan Doberstein. Even his child is clapping.
Wow. Okay, we're getting our score from the judges. And I don't think this is going to be a real big surprise, Kurt Nolenberg.
No, I don't think it is. I think all of our competitors did a phenomenal job.
In fourth place is going to be Gary Burtka. In third place, Luke Stocks. In second place, Ryan Doberstein.
You gonna let me do it?
Go for it.
Your new world champion, Chris Anazeski, the hometown boy.
Come on, guys, up here. Podium, please.
Well, I'm going to make somebody happy here. You might want to check your pocket or your shorts or your wallet. Somebody left me a TD Ameritrade Visa card.
Oh, we're going out tonight.
Oh, we're really going out tonight.
We're going big. Who's coming with us?
Yeah, we're not in freaking 30-degree weather. It's awesome. It's warm. Babe, can you get one with the ski?
Right here. Right by it.
All right, Chris.
What? What's mom? Of course.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Get yours? Okay. Say that again? Say that again? Thanks, guys. I'm here with Pro Freestyle World Champion Chris Anazeski. How were you able to pull that off? Incredible performance.
You know, we got a lot of good guys here, and it was just about coming out, riding smooth, keeping your line. I had some real bad luck last year, so it feels good to come back and be able to keep the boat upright.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you. Awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great
Look
job.
great out there. Appreciate it.
Great. Amazing.
Hello? No, we don't know anything about this. Yeah, we don't have any information on this. Okay. Okay, cool.
Copy that.
Chris, I just texted Chris Anaseski, whatever. Chris.
Can I have the attention out there? We need Nicholas Becker. Nicholas Becker to the Tower of Power. Nicholas, we got a present for you. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you, Matt. Well, you know what? I'll call it on the mic if you want to leave it open. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Oh, we're on. All right, Pro-Am Runabout box stock. Come on down to the line. Moto number 2 is waiting for you.
Race 3. Okay.
Wow, what a great race Moto number 1 was. I am so looking forward to Moto number 2.
Yeah, that was an amazing battle, and Eric Francis worked his way up from about 4th at the start into the lead and took the win. Baldwin ended up 2nd and Mack 3rd. And, of course, Erminio Atosca finished in 4th after leading for about half to 3/4 of that race. So this is going to be Moto number 2, and we are working towards World Championships here this afternoon. You don't need that one?
No, I don't see the sheet. Compare it to yours. Sponsors. What's your shoes? So I'll grab that here in a second. I think I can just transfer over from Moto 1. That's all I got to do is put the...
You can just use that. What?
Is he coming up?
Scott, how long till we start this moto? We're starting it very shortly. Scott said right now. So, doesn't look like right now. But. All right, we are awaiting our box stock runabout riders to the starting line. Fellas, we need you down on the line right now. We are ready to rock and roll with Moto number 2 of Pro-Am Runabout box stock. Let's go.
Rick, you sound so forceful.
Well, we're ready to race. I asked our race director, when are we starting? He said right now, and I stood up and I looked down in the starting line and there's nobody there.
No, but I see a water staff is there, a scoring staff is there. We're ready to go. All we need is some riders.
Well, we got one. That's a start here. Let's go, guys. Let's rock and roll.
Pro-Am Runabout, buck stock to the line. Come on down with your holders. Let's get this party started.
Kyle, can you throw that away? And as soon as the racing starts, flip the phone up. Put the phone down, yeah. And honestly, airplane mode would be best so it doesn't ring in case something calls. Then sleep.
Yes, it will be. What a great day it's been. It's getting even better as the motos wear on. Rick Lake, I'm excited for this Pro-Am Runabout box stock moto number 2.
Yeah, that was an amazing race in moto number 1. You know, these Pro-Am box stock races are always extremely tight. These boats are very, very evenly matched, unlike the GP classes that you have a wide array of setups and horsepower figures. It's kind of unlimited across the board, so everybody's in a little different place in terms of power, weight, handling setups. In the Pro-Am Runabout box stock class, they're very evenly matched. There's very few modifications that can be done to these watercraft as they come off the showroom floor. And we're talking about Sea-Doos and Yamahas in this class. No Kawasaki's any longer competing in this class. And so this is all Yamahas and Sea-Doos. And because they're so evenly matched, each move a rider makes on the track, every little bit of a mistake, let's say, that a rider does that scrubs off speed is going to cost them. Conversely, they're going to work extremely hard to keep the pump hooked up most of all at all times, meaning they're getting traction out of the water and moving forward. The other thing is going into corners. You do not want to scrub off speed. You don't want to slide sideways. You want to keep it hooked up, keep the traction to the water, and keep moving forward. But that's impossible to do 100% of the time. And whoever does it less is typically going to come out on top. And in moto number 1, it was Eric Francis, as we mentioned, and he got a pretty good start. But it was Arminio Iantasca that grabbed the whole shot there in moto number 1.
Yeah, Arminio was out in front right away. About a third of the way through the race, Eric Francis came from behind. I believe he was back in about 4th position and was ballistic as he went through traffic.
Well, he was methodical. He's been there, done that. These guys battle in this class. They're very used to racing close together in close quarters for the entire race.
With each other. Critical spot here. They know each other.
They're very used to it. These stock classes, they're always very, very close. And this was no exception to moto number, particularly when you're going to get these conditions like we have here in Naples with very, very flat water lake conditions. It doesn't allow for much separation. So we'll see again if Arminio Iantasca on that number 4 Sea-Doo is going to be able to claim the Sea-Doo Hole Shot Award here in moto number 2.
Well, I bet there's about 10 other riders who'd like to make that a challenge for him, huh?
Or more. Pretty much everybody on the starting line, I would think.
Speaking of the starting line, let's just go through it. I think we've announced their sponsors, but let's let them know what number their boats are. Starting out with the #1 machine out of Denver, North Carolina, Yamaha mounted, 40 years old, Brian Baldwin.
Boat number 4, out of Naples, Florida. The hometown product on the Sea-Doo, it is Erminio Iantasca.
On the Yamaha out of Rydell, Georgia, that's the #8 machine, Jeff Dykowski.
Boat number 9, out of Bratislava, Slovakia on the Sea-Doo, Mario LeMay.
On the 110 out of Bradenton, Florida, we call him Slugger, it's Troy Snyder.
Number 9, out of Rosario, Argentina on the Sea-Doo, Leo Morelli.
On the number 46 machine out of Jupiter, Florida, they call him the GOAT, Chris McCluggage.
Boat number 77 out of Bradenton, Florida on the Yamaha, Jason Russo.
On the 115 out of Delray Beach, Florida, Kawasaki mounted, Jeremy Schandelmeyer.
Number 116 out of Grand Cayman on the Sea-Doo, Vanjay Ramgeet.
On the 149 Sea-Doo out of Bellevue, Florida, Tim Ducat.
Number 157 out of Acola, Florida on the Yamaha, Jim Bennett.
On the 176 Yamaha out of Pompano Beach, Florida, Jonathan Valet.
Number 247 out of Groverland, Florida on the Yamaha, Dylan Osborne.
Out of Miami, Florida, Yamaha mounted on the number 300, Juan Lezcano.
And number 911 out of West Palm Beach, Florida, first moto winner on the Yamaha, Eric Francis. This is going to be Pro-Am Runabout box stock, moto number 2. We have an outstanding lineup here today for the 2018 Broward Motorsports Pro Watercross World Championships in this Pro-Am box stock runabout class. And these guys are ready to get it on out here for moto number 2. What a battle moto number 1 was. And we are looking for more of the same here in moto number 2.
Yeah, excited to get this thing started. I love the sound of these machines. Not quite as brutal as the GP's machines were yesterday, but still.
No.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what.
No, but these guys, you know, we say box stock runabouts, and they are essentially as they come off the showroom floor. But box stock means a stock 300 horsepower supercharged watercraft in the hands of the top pilots in the world. And this combination makes them for some very, very exciting racing.
Yes, it does. You know, it's funny. We had the HydroTurf Pro Freestyle, and I'm looking down at the boats. Right on the back of Erminio Iantasca's machine, it says right there, Iantasca.
Well, that makes it easy for us. We don't even need sheets if we're looking at if they all have that.
Well, I think Erminio's going to be going a little too fast to read that as he goes by.
I just mean
but
for
I'm
the
just
start.
pointing out that HydroTurf offers that for their customers. I saw the side of Erminio's boats the other day in the pits, and he had a whole new HydroTurf setup. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful work, no question about it. Yeah, these boats are absolutely dialed in, all of them really set up well, and good-looking machines across the board. And these riders are just very, very top, very talented. Of course, we've got Chris McCluggage down there, Erminio Iantasca, Eric Francis, Brian Baldwin. It just goes on, and it is an impressive lineup, no question about it.
You know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
Maybe it's time for a massage.
Talk to me.
I don't know. I think maybe take a quick break, get a massage.
You think?
Possibly.
I'm with you.
Let's wait till the end of this race.
Really? You just got me fired up.
All right, let's go.
Oh, everybody's probably going, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, and you know what I'm seeing here? PWC Racing's #1 fan, a friend of ours, Nedra Atwood, messaging me, says, Kurt, where can we find the schedule for the rest of the day's events? Nedra, go to Facebook, search Pro Watercross, get a couple of drinks and some snacks, When it's over, then you can leave. Right?
Well said. There we go. That's all you need to know.
Oh, she's PWC's #1 fan, right? She's not going to leave the TV or the computer, I should say.
No question. She's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yes, she is.
She doesn't miss a race, I think, in about 30 years or so.
And she does such great work with the junior stars.
Are we ready to get going here?
Let's make it happen.
We're waiting for our starter out of the tower to tell the guys to fire him up, and it looks like he's just about ready to go. Sean Compton, we ready down there? All right, looks like they got him fired up. I'm going to grab the binoculars, Kurt. Let's see what we got. Getting head into the first turn. Who's going to grab that hole shot?
I'll do the best I can for you, Rick Lake. We got Francis on the inside and Baldwin on the outside.
And that's going to take care of that. Number 77, Jason Russo. I mean, I hate to say it, but it doesn't take Helen Keller to see that one.
You've got a relationship with Helen, don't you?
Well, I know when I can pick out who jumped to start, and that's about as far as I go right there, because if he gets a little closer than that, I don't say a word.
Yeah, okay.
I leave that up to the officials.
Starting by Braille, is that what you're saying?
It's not in my pay grade to make those calls.
All right, we'll get the band re-stretched and try that again. So we're looking, who's it going to be? Who's going to get that Sea-Doo Hole Shot Award?
All right, Eric Francis, number 911, sits on the inside of the gate. He'll charge into that inside split on the start. McCluggage right next to him on boat number 46. On the outside of the gate, we've got Brian Baldwin and Erminio Iantasca side by side on the inside of that gate.
Yeah, you go outside of them, there's plenty of big names as well. We've got Dykowski over there, Russo, Dylan Osborne, Leo Morelli. The list goes on and on. Gentleman Jim Bennett on the 157.
I'm looking for Mac to try to get off the line a little better this moto. He did not get a great jump out of the line in moto number 1 and had to file in behind Iantasca, who got a super start in moto number 1. So Mac now paired off on the inside next to Francis, Iantasca, Baldwin. These are our top 4 finishers in moto number 1.
Oh yeah, check on the outside though. Troy Snyder wants to be the spoiler. He can sweep from out there.
Yeah, he won't get in as much trouble being out there. That's one advantage of being on that outside. Here we go, getting ready for the start of Pro-Am. Runabout box stock moto number 2. Waiting for the gate to drop. Who's it gonna be?
Eric Francis on the inside, Erminio Iantasca on the outside.
Francis with an amazing jump. It looks like it's going to be McCluggage behind him, but Eric Francis absolutely has it pinned on the inside split. Who's it going to be on the outside? That is Erminio Iantasca on the Sea-Doo. Here we go. Erminio down the front straightaway with full steam. Holy cow. Francis completely overcooks it into the split, and it's Erminio Iantasca with the Sea-Doo hole shot.
Iantasca appropriately on that Sea-Doo. He is our Sea-Doo Hole Shot Award winner. Iantasca going. And I'll tell you what, Eric Francis separated those sausage boys like a surgeon. He busted through those things like crazy.
Eric Francis tried to use that sausage as a berm. Not meant for that at all, with a 900-pound runabout with 300 horsepower, and absolutely exploded the sausages. Wow, what a amazing start.
And here we go, Brian Baldwin checking out the inside. Looks like they might have tightened up. Let's see what happens. Baldwin is in third. Where's he gonna come out? It might have made it. Baldwin might have made that move. Francis and Baldwin going at it. Baldwin's got the inside. Baldwin's gonna take over second position.
Nice move by Brian Baldwin, using the top speed coming down that front straightaway. At the end of the straight, overtakes Eric Francis. Francis is not done by any stretch. Remember moto number 1. And again, just like moto number 1, it is Arminio Iantasca on that number 4 Sea-Doo, jamming down the jet trim back straightaway, full throttle on the gas, and he's got Baldwin now in tow.
And Baldwin made the decision to go inside. He does it again. Let's check it out. Arminio was there 2.5 seconds before Baldwin. Let's see how close they are when they come out. Oh, here comes Iantasca. Well, he's got some speed.
Yeah, Iantasca's got the top end coming out of that left-hand turn on the outside split, and he's got that big Sea-Doo full throttle and top end before anybody even can come near him.
So McCluggage used the inside, and he got by Francis, who used the outside. Looks like that inside is working. It may not be faster, but it's working. So we've got Iantasca, Baldwin, McCluggage.
Same 4 that finished in the top 4 of moto number 1, in the top 4 right now, and then in number 5 is Vanjay Ramgeet out of the Grand Caymans, who was really fast yesterday in the stock class. Look at him now here in moto number 2. He's running in 5th, and he's got some speed today.
He got a good start, but remember, in moto number 1, this same scenario was playing out, and Eric Francis, little by little, worked his way up to take the moto win.
Well, right now, down the front straightaway, the race leader, number 4, Arminio Iantasca. He has stretched it out, but look at the battle. Here comes McCluggage behind Baldwin. Mac is all over Brian Baldwin. This is a battle for second. Let's see who is going to get it. See if McCluggage can work his way by Brian Baldwin. It's going to be tough for McCluggage. If anybody can do it, it's going to be Mac.
And I'll tell you what I'm seeing here.
Oh, Baldwin goes down.
Yep.
Baldwin stalls out on the outside right-hand part of the course. McCluggage goes into second. Francis in third.
Baldwin relights.
It must have been a
lanyard.
Been a lanyard coming off. Man, what a bummer.
So Rick, let me just tell you, before Brian went down, I was noticing Brian Baldwin, he's got a lot more acceleration coming out of the corners than McCluggage has got. McCluggage has got some top speed, but Baldwin is yarding him by about 1.5 boats out of every tight corner.
Yeah, right now, though, it is Arminio Iantasca out in front, the right-hand part of the track. Here comes McCluggage, number 46 behind him. Then number 911 Francis, and number 1 Baldwin, and then 116, our rider out of the Grand Cayman, Vanjay Ramgeet.
Or Vanjay Ramgeet. Either way.
You got it.
Potato, and nothing but fast. Whoa, look at this. Arminio Iantasca already lapping up into the field. That blue and yellow flag's coming out because the leaders are coming.
Yeah, Iantasca sticking in that outside split the entire day so far. Here, moto number 2, he has not ventured inside. McCluggage, however, it looks like he's going to go inside.
It worked for him, and there's lapped riders in front of Iantasca. He'll retain the lead. Looks like he distanced himself from McCluggage, though. And look at this. Dykowski there.
Dykowski down a lap, I think, Kurt.
I was just going to say, he's down a lap already, 3 laps into the race. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, McCluggage on the gas, and look at the water on the right-hand side of that track. We got a lot of riders out there bunched up, and it is getting crazy out there. Absolute chaos out here in moto number 2.
I'll tell you how crazy it is. Jeremy Schoenemeyer went at the end of the Broward Motorsports front straightaway. He had the blue and yellow. He saw McCluggage coming. He went almost all the way over to the duck to get out of the way. All right, so it's Arminio Iantasca. Arminio Iantasca on the number 4. It is Chris McCluggage on the 46 in second. We'll look for third. Looks like it could be Eric Francis on the 911.
Here comes
Iantasca. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, number 4, our race leader down the front straightaway, Iantasca. Right behind him, number 46 is McCluggage. And then 911 in third place, Francis. Baldwin in number 1 in 4th. Those are the top 4. They finished bunched up in moto number 1. They're again bunched up here in number 2. We don't even know what it's going to look like at the finish, Kurt.
No clue, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to include the 5th spot. Vanjay Ramgeet from the Cayman Islands. Yeah. That kid is fast. And he is starting to pull up on the leaders a little bit.
Yeah, he was impressive yesterday on that RXTX 300 Sea-Doo, and he is on the gas here in moto number 2 as well. But out in front, it's our race leader. Now remember, moto number 1 for Iantasca, the leader, led just like this and ended up in 4th in moto number 1. Right now, though, he has really stretched out the lead. McCluggage working so hard but he has not caught Ian Tosca on the last 2 laps. Let's see how that unfolds as the moto winds down.
Oh, Ryder moves over to let him go by. Gotta love that. Here comes Brian Baldwin. He's trying to chase down Eric Francis, and Francis is starting to lead Baldwin.
Ian Tosca heads onto the jet trim, bitch and stitch, and back straightaway. Out in front all by himself, nobody in front right now. McCluggage behind him.
All right, Rick, let's hand it off to Jordan down below. Jordan, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Now, I had the chance to sit down with Arminio and talk about the recent passing of his father, the one who got him into this sport. He said at the age of 7, he went to his father and said, "Let's go. I'm ready to start racing." His father responded and said, "I'll be the one to let you know when you're ready." And guys, the rest is history. A win today would mean so much to him and his family, and I'm sure his father would be so proud. Back to you.
Thank you, Jordan, for that insight.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Kurt and I up here in the booth get a little tear in the eye, both of us, because we both knew and loved his father. His father was one of the great guys in the personal watercraft scene for decades. Just a great classic Italian family man that welcomed him into his restaurant, into the pits with open arms. And he was just a wonderful guy, and we all miss him tremendously, to say the least.
We really do, Rick. And, you know, there's a lot of people who have names in the sport that are recognizable, but the boss, he was known for being everybody's friend. He helped anybody. You needed a part off your boat, off of his boat so you could race, he would pull it immediately without even thinking about it.
Just a wonderful gentleman, and we miss him so much. And number 4 down the front straightaway, our race leader, is Arminio Ian Tosca, and I know he's got his dad on the mind this weekend. There's no doubt about it. His good friend from right here in Naples originally. They grew up together. Ian Tosca, McCluggage grew up as kids in the sport. McCluggage right behind him right now trying to track him down. They're best friends off the track, but let's make no mistake. No love lost on the track for either one of these guys.
No
right?
possibility about it. Cluggage on that number 46 machine. He's a Brower Motorsports sponsored rider. They call him the GOAT. GOAT, by the way, is a term of endearment that's greatest of all time.
That's right. Our boat number 4, though, is the leader, and that is Ian Tosca out in front, coming down the front straightaway. Boat number 46 in second place is Chris McCluggage, the GOAT, right behind Ian Tosca. In third place, I believe number 911 still would be Eric Francis, and those guys have dropped off the pace of our 2 leaders. Boy, Ian Tosca and McCluggage are on fire.
Not only are they on fire, if they finish the way they are right now, they'll be tied in points going to the 3rd and final moto.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ram Gita out of the Grand Caymans has gotten by Baldwin. It looks like has moved up. Oh, no, there he is back there. That's another Sea-Doo. My mistake on that one. But he is flying nonetheless. But McCluggage and Ian Tosca, Mac trying everything he can, every trick in the book to try to catch the race leader.
You see Troy Snyder go by. We haven't talked about Troy for a while. Troy making his way back up. He just passed Dylan on that 110. Snyder, and he's got the 289 of Dylan Osborne right behind him.
Well, the white flag is out, Kurt, last lap, and here comes McCluggage. McCluggage making a last lap charge on Arminio Ian Tosca. Who's it going to be? Onto the backside stretch of the racetrack. Ian Tosca on the number 4 Sea-Doo has got 46. McCluggage breathing down his neck.
And
who's it going to be?
Both of those riders have a bunch of lap riders in front of them. There's 6 riders in front of them. There's no clear track.
Oh, Matt got a great drive, Kurt, down the back straightaway. Look at him close the gap.
No, Ian Tosca's still in front, and Ian Tosca to make a decision, inside or outside. Oh, Arminio, why? Let's see how it turns out.
Matt goes inside, Kurt.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Arminio making the charge down the front straightaway. Full throttle, it's Ian Tosca, but it's going to be. Oh, too close to call from up here.
I am not calling it from here.
Too close to call from the tower.
Oh. Wowie, wow, 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 wow.
It does not get closer than that. What an amazing race. We knew McCluggage was not going to let up.
Hey, I want to show you something. Here comes third place 20 minutes later, and it's Brian Baldwin.
Baldwin in
Where's
third.
Eric?
I don't know
Where's
what happened
Eric
to Francis. He dropped way off the pace. But it looks like Mac may have gotten Ian Tosca at the finish line. We'll leave that up to the scorers to determine.
Well, we got a photo shot up here.
Boy, what's that look like?
We're going to watch it
Let's
here.
take a look and see what we have at the finish line. This one's too close to call from the tower up here, Kurt.
Yeah, no question. We weren't in the right lineup.
No, we did not get a good sight on that one at the finish.
Yeah, and unfortunately, what we're looking at on
I
the
thought
monitor.
maybe Mac got him coming out of that split.
I can't tell you. I mean, it looked like McCluggage was going to get him,
I
but
thought
boy,
so.
Arminio was at such speed, I am not sure.
It was impossible to call. And I thought Mac was going to nose him, but right now I can't say until we get a better look at this.
So once again, Arminio
Let's
Iantasca,
take a look at the
number
camera
4
on the
seeded.
finish line. Oh, I'm going to say Mac got him by a nose.
It's so funny. I look at that and I'm thinking the
You
other
think
way.
the opposite? It's
Can we
like
run
watching
that
Monday
again?
Night Football. You know,
I know.
one guy thinks it's out of bounds, one guy thinks it's inbounds, and I thought Mac might have got him by a nose. Nope.
Arminio?
Arminio gets
The
it.
official
You're right.
call, Arminio Iantasca. We got photograph right here, the number 4, and he just goes by. Look at that.
Wow.
Iantasca. Rick Lake, why do you ever doubt me?
I don't know. Arminio with the full speed.
Wow.
Coming out of that back turn, utilized it, and man, he beat him by an inch, Kurt.
Arminio, I'm going to apologize right now. I was saying, why, Arminio, why did you take the outside with 3 lappers in front of you? You obviously knew what you were doing.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Wow, what an outstanding race that time. This Pro-Am box stock runabout class has proven exciting every single moto.
Well, we'd like to get Pro-Am Ski GP to the line. We got some of the riders coming up here as our runabouts try and get off to the side.
Yeah, we gotta reconfigure up here, catch our breath a little bit, and that was an amazing race. Whoa.
Wow.
And now we turn our attention back down to the starting line and we go right into Pro-Am Ski GP, where moto number 1, it was Dustin Matsouras on that number 50 Commander Industries GP1, not the turbo-powered Yamaha engine, however. Dustin's racing the Kawasaki 4-stroke 4-cylinder motor out of the SXR 1500. This is a package that Commander has put together, and you basically take a 1500 in complete motor train out of that ski, fits right into that GP1 Commander hull. Steve Webster was showing me earlier, they even have a plate that adapts the stock Kawasaki pump to that hull. It's
Wow.
very seamless. All the electronics, everything fits right in there. It's a beautiful package. So you can get this Commander Industries hull with either the Yamaha TR1 triple. You can run it naturally aspirated. Of course, you can run it like Tyron Matsouras is running it with the turbo, or you can run a Kawasaki 4-stroke 4-cylinder motor, and it is a nice package either way you go. And I think Dustin was out to prove a point today running the Kawasaki package, as he I think he proved his point in moto number 1 at least.
Yeah, you're making me drool with that, Rick Lake.
Oh, you would like that. When you got to check out that boat that Dustin's on.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that later
That's
on in
beautiful.
the pits.
I mean, the package that they put that together with, it looks like it's OEM, right? I mean, it's better than OEM.
Well, everything that comes out of there looks at least as good as OEM.
Yeah.
But, I know you were asking me earlier what I wanted for Christmas. I think you just figured it out.
Okay, well, I'll talk to Steve, and we'll work something out, okay?
Would you please? He's always been so generous.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've got a full lineup down on the starting line. Clipper's running that Commander K1 GP1 engine. He's running that GP1.
Are we clear?
So Clipper's got that 212. I think we are about ready. Okay, we are just about ready to get going here with Pro-Am Ski GP Moto number 2. And I'm looking forward to this as always. These guys, we got a great lineup of pros here today. And this is going to be another great moto. A wide array of equipment. We talked about the Commander boats, and of course, we've got a number of riders riding the Kawasaki SXR 1500s in various configurations. Introduced by Kawasaki, a year plus ago, and now year 2, they've really gotten these things starting to get dialed in, starting to get sorted out, and getting faster by the race, Kurt.
Yeah, huge difference. It looks like we're down a few riders from Moto number 1. We'll check out what's going on. On the far right outside, you've got Broward Motorsports' David Cabrera on the 51. Next to him, Matthew Ritchuk on the 15. Over on the pole,
Dustin Matsuris on the inside. Mike Lippenstein right next to him. It's going to be Mats, boat number 50, with the whole shot on the inside.
Yeah, and Tyron Matsuris on the outside.
Okay, let's see when they come around. Is it going to be Dustin or Tyron?
He's on the number 2. Mission. Look at Tyron.
Tyron on the turbo.
Wild up front.
Dustin on the inside. It's going to be Dustin Matsuris with the Yamaha hole shot.
Yes, it is. There's Clipper back in 3rd. Matthew Ritchuk in 4th. And David Cabrera moving by AJ Luinstra. And the 102, Justin Treader bringing up the rear. We are in Pro-Am Ski GP.
Same positioning as Moto number 1, Dustin Matsuris out of Epinyani, South Africa, now living in Phoenix, part of the Commander Industries team, and they are a force to be reckoned with. His brother Tyron Matsuris in 2nd place, followed by Mike Lippenstein, the multi-time world champ out of Fort McMurray, Canada. They're running 1, 2, 3, all 3 on the Commander Industries GP1 hull. Here comes Dustin. Dustin on that commit, looks behind him down the front straightaway. Where's my brother?
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, and this is deja vu all over again. This is the way finished in Moto number 1. Rick, who was it that went down out there? Could you see him? Looks like they maybe out there pulling him in on the hook or got him going again. David Cabrera comes by with AJ Luinstra in tow.
That's Tyron.
It is Tyron, okay. Yeah, well, I told you.
No, that's another 2. We got 2 number 2s out there. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we need Sport GP to the line, please. Sport GP to the line.
Oh, that may be Cooper.
Yeah, there you go. It is, I'm sure. Unfortunate, Cooper Schnecksnyder out of Phelan, California. Down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway on the number 50 machine. Dustin Matsuris up and over the log jump easily.
Dustin on that Commander boat that he developed along with Steve Webster and his brother Tyron. As mentioned before, now Dustin's running the Kawasaki 4-stroke naturally aspirated 1500cc power plant in that Commander GP1 hull. His brother running the Yamaha TR1 triple cylinder 4-stroke turbocharged package. Of course, the Yamaha's about 1,000 cc's. The Kawasaki's about 1,500 cc's. So they allow the turbo on the 1,000 cc triple Yamaha, but not, of course, on the Kawasaki 1,500 4-stroke.
Right, and 4-cylinder.
That's right.
That's the difference. So there's more torque in a 4-cylinder than a 3-cylinder. Balance that out. They add the turbocharger, less displacement.
And 500 cc's.
And 500
and
cc's.
You know very well, you being an old road racer, that what do they say?
there's no replacement for displacement.
I knew you would come up with that very easily.
They also say, get out of the rain, because look right there.
Don't say that again. Come on.
My mom said that to me.
Don't say
Doesn't
that.
matter to our racers one iota.
I get a little twitchy after Friday evening. You
Yeah,
know?
no doubt.
I get a little twitchy up here when we see a storm coming in.
You got the parachute ready to
Oh,
go.
dude, you and I, we hit it hard. We hit it hard Friday afternoon.
Down the front straightaway, here's your leader on the number 50, Dustin Matsouras. Right behind him, his brother, Tyron Matsouras, on the number 2. Third position, the 212 of the Clipper, Mike Klippenstein.
And you know, Mike's not used to being this far behind. He's not far behind, but he's used to running up front. But, I was talking with Steve Webster, from Commander this morning, and what he told me was they approach this sport like a supercross team.
Yep.
They train, they ride 3 days a week. They put in 45-minute motos, meaning Dustin and Tyron, not Steve.
Oh yeah, not Steve.
And
no offense, Steve.
Their equipment is pro. They approach this sport like a professional supercross, motocross team. And you check out that equipment and you see how they ride, the training they do, and it's no surprise to see where they're at running up front here, Kurt.
Yeah, no question. No, one of the things I want to point out over the far right-hand side of the course is our log jump. All right, with the log jump, generally in standard classes, amateurs and novices, you'll see a lot of damage, a lot of carnage going on the log jump. When the SXR 1500 first came out, that boat was long, it was heavy, they had to learn how to ride it. They were destroying the log jumps. They were plowing into them. Look at the skill of these riders and these modified craft as they go up and over it. I'll tell you what, David Cabrera riding a stock boat for Broward Motorsports. Here he goes over the log jump. Watch him over cleanly.
AJ Lawrence moving over. He's on another one of those 321 Kawasaki's. And he's got Dustin moving by him. He's got Tyron right behind him.
Tyron on that number 2 machine. And Dustin out there in front on the number 50. All right, let's go down and Jordan, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Now, I had a chance to sit down and talk with those close with Jimmy Wilson on Team Hurricane, who isn't racing today because his wife was in a terrible car accident. But he said that his wife is now went from being in critical condition to now on the road to recovery, and things are looking very promising for Team Hurricane.
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. We talked about that all weekend long, and it has been a miracle for all of us to hear coming into the race this weekend that Julianne is recovering from the horrific crash, and everybody in the personal watercraft community has, we had an auction this weekend, but we're sending out prayers and love to the Wilsons, to Julianne, and it's so amazing to see her recovery.
And I just want to throw it out there because I know she's watching now. Julianne, we miss you. We are so happy that your recovery is going so well. Cannot wait to see you and the rest of your family back on tour next year. Come on by, say hello. If you need anything, the watercraft community is here to help.
Absolutely, well said, Kurt. And out in front again, it is Dustin John Matsouras, originally out of Epinyani, South Africa. Commander K1, number 50, our race leader down the front straightaway. Number 2, ZA, also out of South Africa, of course. That's his brother in second place, Tyron Matsouras.
His little brother, right?
Little bro.
I know how it is with my little brother. He never wanted to be headed by me. And I'll tell you what, Tyron is putting on a charge.
And 212, Mike Klippenstein in third place.
We see Tyron on the number 2 as he passes the 51 to David Cabrera. Cabrera, one of the Broward Motorsports group. He's out there on a stock boat just trying to get in some more laps with quality competition. I'll tell you what, Cabrera doing a great job based on the competition he's got out there. Leader coming onto the front straightaway. That is the number 50, Dustin Matsouras getting the white flag. 1 lap to go.
1 lap for our race leader, number 50 in second place, 2ZA. That is his brother, Tyron Matsouras, 212, Mike Klippenstein in third. Boy, Dustin has really pulled out. a gap right now. I'm looking for Tyron. I don't see Tyron. I see a 212 come by.
No, that's not him.
No, 212. Klippenstein now looks to be in second place. Oh, is that Tyron getting on the hook?
Yes, it is.
So Tyron Matsuris retired here in Moto number 2. That's going to change the positions on the final lap with our race leader, number 50, Dustin Matsuris, and now 212. Klippenstein moves into second. We'll have to check our third place because that's going to move somebody up.
Well, folks, put your hands together for your Moto winner, number 50, Dustin Matsuris. Second position, going to, excuse me, I was going to call it. That's David Cabrera on the 51. He's a lap down. Got to be the Clipper. Clipper's come from the inside.
Yeah, Clipper's going to take second overall here in Moto number 2. And not sure beyond that because almost everybody else is close to being down a lap. Let's see who comes across, see if we can make sense of position number 3.
Yeah, Clipper on that 212, Commander Hall. Boy, there's some consistency here. Commander.
Got it. Yep, sure. Sounds good.
Okay, great. Will do.
All right, down on the starting line. Sport GP Moto number 2 lining up.
We need the 116. Amateur ski, you need to go to tech immediately, please. That is the 116. Amateur ski, you need to go to tech immediately. Wow, Rick. Does it matter? Stand-ups, runabouts at Pro Watercross World Championships presented by Broward Motorsports. There is nothing but phenomenal racing.
No, this has been an amazing day of racing thus far. Some of these classes, it never ceases to surprise me that we see riders trading positions, a lot of battles taking place. The runabout race was just insane. Of course, Mats has run away with the first 2 motos in GP ski, and we'll see now. We've got the Sport GP riders lining up again. Remember, Moto number 1, Richard Taylor just laid it down. Sam Nemi had nothing for him really in Moto number 1. He finished in second, very strong, but it was Taylor leading the way around the entire moto. Let's see what we have in store for Moto number 2. Let's take a look on the starting line.
Well, I look down here on the inside on the pole is Richard Taylor. On the outside is Sam Nemi. So they both got an opportunity for a hole shot getting out of here, and they meet. Ideally they'll meet up at the start finish coming off the starting line. As they make their way around. I'll tell you what, it's really hard to ever think that Sam Nemi isn't going to get a hole shot, but Richard Taylor has been on fire this weekend.
Oh, he is so fast in Moto number 1 on that Sea-Doo, so we'll see. Let's take a look on the line. Moto number 1 out of Naples, Florida is Keith Dill.
On the number 13, Sammy Nemi.
Number 18 out of Naples as well, Sean Reynolds.
On the 43, Michael Osborne.
Number 78 out of Dawsonville, Georgia, Logan Hayes.
On the number 85, Jules Hopkins.
Number 111 is Billy Dearman.
On the 173, Hamilton, New Jersey's own Eric Degler.
Number 201 out of Delray Beach, Florida, Christopher Landis.
On the 226, also out of Delray Beach, Christine Malone.
Number 296 out of Port Charlotte, Florida, Thomas Skellett.
Coming out of Dawsonville, Georgia on the 346 is Kyle Hayes.
Number 401 out of Delray Beach, Florida, Jessica Malone.
On the 913 Yamaha out of Fowey Branch, Georgia, it's Jordan Carroll.
And number 111 out of Christmas, Florida, first moto winner on the Sea-Doo, Richard Taylor.
Got to fix this. I thought it was my eyes earlier, but take a look. No, look at it's 1111.
Okay.
1111.
Got it.
1111.
I know that white Sea-Doo, if it's out in front, I know who it is.
Yeah. And you know, there's almost no stickers on his boat except for
it's clean.
8 ones.
It's clean.
4 per side.
It's clean.
Exceptionally.
Well, 111 is Billy Dearman, so they had him put another 1 on.
And Billy's had that number for quite some time.
So he gets that jersey.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. All right, we're waiting for our officials to tell them to fire up and get going. We are here at Sugden Park in Naples, Florida. Our thanks, as always, go out to the Naples, Marco Island, Everglades Tourism Bureau. They're the ones that are responsible for us being here year after year. There was an announcement made at our amateur awards night that we're hooked up again for this facility next year. And I tell you what, we haven't left it. I'm already looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is absolutely an astounding facility, perfect for any type of watercraft event. Pro Watercross Racing has found a wonderful home here, and it couldn't be more spectacular to be here in Naples. Absolutely a beautiful area. They call it Paradise Coast, and it is every bit of that and more. And like I said, a perfect venue for racing. We have it all right here.
It is. I'll tell you what, you got to be, well, we're not going to tell you much until they get going.
All right, it's going to be Nimi on the inside of the outside split. Taylor on the inside.
Osborne got a drive on the inside, but Taylor's right there. There goes Richard Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's got the motor today, no doubt about it. Number 13. Nimi.
Taylor on the 1111.
And Nimi on the outside, boat number 13 got the hole shot. Who's it going to be?
Well, the hole shot will be determined by the guy who gets to the start line finish. Oh, look at Taylor. Oh, Richard Taylor gone again.
Richard Taylor out in front on 1111. 13 Sam Nimi in second. Watcon.com hole shot award goes to Richard Taylor.
And it goes to Taylor by a country mile.
I don't know what he did, what he's got going there under the hood of that Sea-Doo HX, but he is absolutely riding ballistically here in Naples, Florida today.
What he's got is acceleration, incredible acceleration out of that machine. And Taylor puts together his own equipment. This isn't like some big factory team. He built it in his garage. His wife helped him. And look at this. He's in the catbird seat, at least in Moto number 2, after a Moto 1 win to have a world championship in the family.
Absolutely. Down the front straightaway, race leader, 1111. That is Richard Taylor in second place, boat number 13. That is Sam Nimi, and 85 in second place now. The four-stroke powered HX of Jules Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins in that third position. The number 1 of Keith Dillon, fourth. The 296 of Thomas Skellett right behind him. Behind him, the 43 of Michael Osborne. The 111 of Billy Dearman. And the Polaris Hurricane of the number 78 Logan Hayes.
Out in front down the jet trim back straightaway goes the race leader. And he is absolutely tearing it up today. Richard Taylor on fire. We know how fast Sam Nimi is. Sam Nimi has absolutely one of the most ballistic Yamaha wave blasters on the planet. And so far, he has been no match for the Sea-Doo Taylor.
I'll tell you what. He, all year long, Sam Nimi and that Broward Motorsports crew put together the winning package. Barring any small mechanicals, it's been very consistent at the head of the field by a country mile. I'll tell you what I'm excited about. That's the number 85 of Jules Hopkins. Jules, with that, his dad built that machine. He dropped in one of those aforementioned Kawasaki SXR 1500 four-stroke, four-cylinder engines, and he's in third spot right now.
Yeah, Hopkins and his dad are quite a team. They have figured out a way to work that SXR 1500 into that Sea-Doo HX hull, and he is really putting that to good use here in Moto number 2 in a solid third place finish. This is one of the fastest races Jules had this year. He's looked good all season, but right now he is running up front with our top 2, which is our leader down the front straightaway, Taylor, and then number 13, Sam Nimi, and here comes 85 Hopkins. Hopkins has got a little more top end here in Moto number 2.
All right, so let's go over it once again. Out in front, On the 1111, Richard Taylor on the C2HX. Behind him, Sam Nemi on the number 13 Broward Motorsports Yamaha Blaster. In the third position, Jules Hopkins on his dad's built 1500 C2HX. That's the number 85 Blue HX out there.
And look at Taylor down the back straightaway, absolutely separating from Sam Nemi. I am amazed. I have a hard time believing what my eyes are seeing. Nemi has been so fast, and Taylor is even faster today.
Did you see that on the far side of the course? Richard Taylor went so fast by the other C2 rider, the guy jumped off. He thought it stopped.
Oh, Kurt.
I might have made it up.
Oh, Kurt Nolan.
But it could have happened. Look at this coming down the front straightaway. Jules Hopkins on that number 85 C2 making a pass on the, I believe that's the 226 of Christine Maloney.
I think that's a lapped rider right there that he just went by. All right, let's check out the back straightaway one more time. It's Richard Taylor, number 1111 on that Sea-Doo. Going into the outside split. Sam Nemi comes in and goes to the outside split as well. Nemi doing everything he can to try to close that gap on our race leader. Here we go down the front straightaway. It's Taylor on the 4-1s out in front. Nemi 13 in second.
Could we officially call that a quad one?
You can. Absolutely. 85, Jules Hopkins on that beautiful C2HX. Running in third right now, and they have really gapped the rest of the field here in Sport GP. What a day here in Naples. These guys are absolutely getting it on out here in Sport GP. And we are going to go down to Jordan on the beach.
Thanks, guys. Now, as you can see, the wind is starting to pick up, the sun is fading away, and these storm clouds are starting to creep up on us, so we'll see if that has any impact on today's race. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Jordan. We're watching it from up here. Believe me.
Very closely we're watching the weather, no doubt about it.
So one thing I want to point out to you, Rick, is something that's just really warming my heart. It should yours too. Out in front for a world championship, a home-built machine, okay? Richard Taylor, we're not talking about Commander Industries. We're not talking about somebody that's, you know, got umpteen dollars and, you know, the Cowie factory behind him, whoever. He's built it in his own garage. Then behind him, Sam Nemi at the top of the cream of the crop, the best of everything you can get. Right behind him, another home-built HX. And Jules Hopkins, I was talking to his dad last night. He bought that machine for $500.
That's amazing. And looking at Richard Taylor's ski, and you can see there's no stickers on that thing that you have on sponsored skis. It's just got the clean white gel coat with the number on it. And Richard Taylor doesn't care about sponsors. He's got the fastest boat in the water today. Jules Hopkins, likewise, on that home-built number 85 Sea-Doo, really tearing it up.
What I like right here, Richard Taylor just took the inside for the first time. That allowed Nemi to catch up. Just here comes Sam Nemi on the number 13. Look down to the end of the Broward Motorsports front straightaway, the quadruple one. Richard Taylor going into lap traffic. He and Sam Nemi are cutting through it like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, that outside right-hand part of the course that they're going through right now is really chopped up and rough. And you can see Sam Nemi working that wave blaster, boat number 13, around that section, trying to track down our race leader number 111, Richard Taylor. Richard Taylor's sitting down right now on the back part of the race course. He is 51 years old. I'm wondering if he's starting to get a little tired here towards the end of moto number 2. You see Sam Nemi standing up on the gas full throttle, trying to track down Taylor.
And here's Taylor. Now I'll answer that question for you. With the articulated seat of the HX, it helps the oldsters like us. Takes a little bit of, you know, it's got a little shock to it, lets you sit down, lowers your center of gravity, and here comes your leader, the 1111 Richard Taylor, down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway, large and in charge behind him. In the second position on the number 13, Sam Nemi.
Nemi on that Broward Motorsports wave blaster, and that is one of the trickiest boats in the world he is aboard. That is a Whamilton's custom hull he's aboard, carbon fiber hull, boat number 13, with that Tim Judge built triple cylinder 2-stroke, and that is an absolute monster, and Sam's riding the wheels off that thing here today.
And here comes third place. It took that long. That's the number 85 Sea-Doo of Jules Hopkins going down the Broward Motorsports front straightaway. As we switch over, we see Richard Taylor on the 1-1-1-1 making great decisions. He is out front. Behind him, Sam Nemi. He's putting left riders between him at a furious pace.
White flag out. 1 lap to go for our leader, Richard Taylor.
Taylor on
left
that
riders coming by. Number 13, Sam Nemi, takes the white flag as well. 1 lap to go for Sam. And there's little hope right now that Sam is going to be able to take Taylor here in Moto number 2, and that is really going to set Taylor up well for the overall championship heading into Moto number 3.
The entire Taylor family is asking you not to say that. They just send me a text. Wait till he wins it.
Well,
so as we watch your leader, Richard Taylor, on the 11-11 down the Gentry back straightaway. He has got clear water. He's got horsepower. The decision is his, inside or outside. He's going outside, folks. Ladies and gentlemen in the stands, as your leader comes by, please give him a huge round of applause. On the 1-1-1-1 Sea-Doo, Richard Taylor. We'll send it down to you, Jordan.
We go to commercial.
Thank you, sir.
Perfect. All right, we are going to take a little break as the Jet Cross fellas go back out on the water, and ladies, and we'll be back down to pro watercross racing in just a few minutes.